following the events of last session, you guys are big heroes. Your name has, the name of the Ardent Crows has spread throughout the land, and you guys are well known in Kintargo. So much so that, like, you might be recognized on the streets and things like that. So you may wish to curtail your extracurricular activities. You may wish to stop going to your 9-to-5 jobs and so forth, as even though you're pretty sure Barzillai, has openly said you guys are welcome citizens, yada yada yada, you imagine that he would take whatever opportunity possible to deal with you.
Yeah, I think it's time we put in our resignation, Tommy. We've had a great time. I think we learned a lot working. But I think it's time to quit the coffee shop business,
I mean, I can always go back to trying to buy and sell shungite.
No. This is when you start your novel journey, your novelist journey.
You become a writer.
Okay.
So
you start writing your gay novels. You missed that.
So side quest wise, you guys, I believe, had like a weapon you could destroy. You had like something else you could buy that was half price, and like a couple of other little things. We can finish a couple of those minor things up. For example, you're still holding that gear, Sezzix, that you wanted to return.
I thought I returned it to him.
Yeah. I don't recall that happening. But if did you get a reward for it? Did you get a reward for it?
I don't remember, so I'll go do it now.
Yeah. So during this little bit of downtime you have, you're able to take care of some kind of like loose ends that you have between book 2 and 3. So you can go back to Sergio Ireton in the Free Press, and you can give that halfling that was like trying to repair the printing press that gear, and they're quite happy. In exchange for getting that repaired, they're happy to print any sort of mass media you guys would like. If you would like to basically like submit columns under pseudonyms, they'll publish those. If you want to like get in touch with all of your followers, you can use this. You can use them to do that. If you want to spread disinformation, or if like you're looking for someone or something specific, you can use this as like you have access basically to like a printing press. And they're grateful that you're able to get this fixed, and they believe in your cause, so they will help you in that regard.
Okay.
Bigly.
Yeah. In addition, during this week, while, little things like this are happening, you guys are spending, you're grabbing, some armor or wand, you're figuring this stuff out. You can, if you would like to, socialize with people and try to hear new rumors. As it's the start of books, there's a bunch of new rumors churning through the rumor mill of Kintargo. Furthermore, you note that the bridge between like the northern and the southern sections of Kintargo, where it had previously had a tax increased from 5 silver to 2 gold pieces, which was pretty outrageous, has now gone up to 10 gold pieces, which is pretty criminal, as a lot of people can't afford that.
That's a lot of money.
It sure is. So people start getting upset at that, and you hear, with the coming days after this, that various like smugglers have begun taking people beneath the bridge in like little skiffs from one side of the island to another for only like 2 gold pieces, because they're good guys. So little fringe rebellious things like that begin happening as further orders are kind of brought down upon you. You guys have a rebellion rank of 15, I believe. Is that right, Garm?
Max of 15. We're currently
Perfect.
at 8.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of all the bookkeeping stuff. Is there anything you guys want to do before we dive into book 3? Like, those are just the generic things that are, like, happening over the next coming days and in the background of whatever other events are going to be taking place. That's just, like, the backdrop, as it were, is the city is continuing to, like, have its freedom, like, strangled out of it with more and more of these restrictive edicts and tax hikes. And the populace seems more rebellious than before.
I have a question about wands. So, like, if I get a wand of something, am I able to use it, or do I have to know the spell to use it?
You would not be able to use any wands because you can't cast spells. You would have to use magic device check to use it. but someone else could use the wand on you. So, like, you guys could all just get a wand of Cure Light Wounds with 50 charges on it, and then you would have 200 Cure Light Wounds between the party.
Yeah, because I already have full plate, so I don't need armor.
Yep.
I have +2 leather. I don't need armor.
I don't need it either, so Garm, I guess you just get like 5 wands.
My plan has come together all the way.
Yeah, you can have my 1,200 gold.
I mean, I think that's what we did with our wands. Is we just got wands of Cure Light Wounds. I think we got I think we got 3 wands of Cure Light Wounds and 1 wand of Touch of the Sea because we just done the aquatic level, and we didn't want to deal with it anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah. Let's see.
So
Garm, pull up your Garm. Let's pull up the rebellion sheet and tell me how many unique allies you have. And I'll roll a die. Excitement.
7.
7. All right, I'll reroll an 8. Who is the 6th ally you have recruited?
Cassius Sargata.
Yeah. You guys will receive a letter from Cassius. Requesting a meeting at your earliest convenience.
I really hope this isn't regarding the safecracker, you know? Listen,
hopefully not.
It is.
Hopefully not. But yeah.
The only other thing that I wanted to deal with was getting this cursed fucking dagger to the Shellenites.
Yeah, it said it would be a couple of weeks before they were here. Let's say, evens they're here. Yeah. It seems as if they're back in town. The High Priest of Shellen has returned to town.
Can I spend some time working with, Rexus to try and identify what the hell this dagger is?
I'll allow you to make a new spellcraft check as you level up and put more ranks in it. Rexus can as well if when you leveled him up he gained a rank in spellcraft. But I imagine he'll gain a rank in spellcraft. He will now. Yeah, you can give it a shot. You're unable to identify it. Unless, what's his bonus?
It'll be like +10 or something. Probably not enough.
Yeah, I don't believe so. Mechanically, it's like a +1 human bane sentient dagger.
Valid.
It has an ego score.
Oh, it's a big guy. Yeah,
it tries to, like, control your mind and make you commit serial killing. It's super evil.
Yeah, we'll donate this to the temple.
Yeah, they'll make it go away for sure. They will pay you, I think full price for it. Was their thing is they will pay full price for cursed weapons, as it's like one of their tenets is removing them from the hands of the public. So yeah, you'll present it to the high priest and be like, we have this thing, it's cursed, and she'll like pick it up to identify you, like, maybe you shouldn't want to touch it, and she'll like pick it up and it'll like burn her hands, and she'll drop it to the ground and be like, yes, and she'll like cast a curative spell over her hands and be like, I see, it certainly is cursed. Very well. They'll spend the next couple of days assessing it. There'll be people from like the Church of Abadar that'll come over and like make a fair value judgment on it, and they'll give you like 11,000 gold, Garm.
Perfect.
And then they will take it and like seal it into a adamantine locked box and ferry it out of the city as quickly as possible.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, they will ask you to please direct any further ones you come upon.
Oh, happily.
Yeah. What other... You guys can look and see. I don't know if you guys have any other side quests chilling out there right now. I don't think you do. Oh. What was it right there? Because what are you, 13?
I mean, we know that there's a dragon.
Looks like... Yeah, you can buy those boots of levitation if you want at half price. You guys have returned the cog. You still have some favors to cash in. Yep. You've taken care of Balgra the Evil Blade. Yeah, those are mostly, you got it all taken care of. There's just some people missing, are kind of the other rumors you have, but you haven't had any leads on those. So yeah, is there anything else specific you guys want to do before you go to speak with Captain Sargetta?
Let's clean up our party sheet and vend that away.
Sure.
There's a bunch of potions. A few nerds can take some of the healing stuff.
Sure.
Does anyone want the, wand of alter self with 23 charges? This cloak of Elvenkind, this folding boat? The ruby vial is an oil that brings someone back from dead, as per true resurrection. You may want to keep that.
I took 3 potions of the Cure Minor Wound.
Do you identify that?
It is, the ruby vial, the top thing.
Oh, it's just called a ruby vial.
Yeah.
Does anyone want this headband of intelligence?
You should take it, Austin.
Let's go.
That's all you.
Let's go.
+1 to your craft skill, baby.
Dude,
Yeah.
buddy.
It's your skill point.
So that headband comes with a language when it was constructed.
Okay.
Do you speak Chelish?
I don't.
You now speak Chelish. I guess it wouldn't make sense for them to craft a headband. Oh no, this was a Murloc. Oh, dog. This headband allows you to speak Aboleth.
Oh. I would
Pretty good, yeah.
It was made by the worshipper, right?
Oh, so we have that fucking the conch, so now that he put it on, we can make Buddy read it. That'll be Buddy's starting one.
Yeah, no, you can totally read it. Let me actually.
This is great.
I'll tell you what language it is. I'm pretty sure Aboleth is not a language, but you never know.
We have a couple things still unidentified, Will.
Oh no, Aboleth is a language. It definitely is a headband that has Aboleth on it, as it was the headband from that scum that you killed. It was his headband, if you remember. What's up?
We have a couple items that are unidentified. I don't have a really good way of pinging which ones they are.
Oh, I gotta delete this dagger anyway. That was the dagger.
Also, do the Shellenites want this robe of powerlessness?
I mean, they will take it away, but they won't pay you for it. Oh yeah, it's a cursed item, they'll pay you for it. So it's only worth another 2k or something, because it's just it's whatever a robe of bones is. But they take that too. You don't have the pump valve ring anymore. I think everything's identified, Garm.
There's a 1-4-4-1 stack. The dagger's unidentified, but I can read some of it.
I deleted the dagger. You should refresh. The dagger was the dagger you sold.
Yeah, I can still read the flavor text for it for some reason.
Did you close the party sheet and reopen it? It's not on my view anymore. I've removed it. Oh, there's 2 of them. I see.
No, I have that.
But yeah, here it is. Balgara. The Skinsaw cult uses many tools to work towards the culmination of Father Skinsaw's pattern of slayings, not the least among them being the crafting of a special weapon to aid in the bloody task of murder. One such talented creator of such weapons, a sociopathic priest named Balgara, was murdered by his own blade when wielded by a jealous rival, and a hungry shard of the priest's soul infused the Kukri's magic. Today, Balgara is an intelligent magical Kukri that seeks to compel those of weak will to continue Father Skinsaw's plan, to drive those who find it to kill and kill again. Balgara came into Professor Margrove's possession after he'd already begun his work as the Temple Slasher, but it, with many of his other belongings, was lost in the frenzy and surrounding his swift arrest and execution. Varlex found the blade for sale in the Newt market and swiftly succumbed to its influence. It has a ego of 7. On a successful critical hit, it deals 2 extra points of bleed damage, which stacks, and you gain temporary hit points. and the weapon itself casts Bleed at will, and does so automatically if it notices any creature dying within 30 feet. It also casts Death Knell once per day.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
I like that as a serial killer weapon. It's very, very on the nose.
It's on message. All right. To the vending. You guys don't want the potion of remove curse or remove disease or neutralize poison?
I took one of each of those. I don't know if anybody else wants the other one.
Yeah. You don't want the wand of alter self? All right.
Can I poison my claws? Is that a thing?
I'm selling it. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Has been sold. Boom. Has been distributed.
Oh my god.
Did you put the 11 grand in the party sheet for the dagger?
I did not. Do you want me to just leave it in there, or do you want me to distribute it as well?
If you wouldn't mind distributing it, I'd appreciate it.
Sure.
It's $27.50 to have room.
I just did it.
Woo! I got
And
like
there's-
17k right now. This is great.
Yeah. Okay. How much does platinum turn into how much gold?
10 to 1.
And no one.
So it's another 1,000. You guys each have like another 1,500 gold there.
There's a 4 stack of items in the party sheet. Could you identify it for me? Not the keys. Thank you.
I'm just gonna delete stuff out of here. We don't need these random keys.
I think I'll potion of Lesser Restoration.
I don't know what it does.
Heals 1 die 4 stat damage.
Well,
Everyone should take one.
Rexus will take this spellbook. There you go.
Good for him.
I have deleted everything. My work is done.
Oh my gosh. Alright, now I have to look up a very large belt and how much it would cost.
A +4 stat belt would cost 16,000 gold.
What would be a plus? Is there a +6?
Costs 36,000.
I have that money.
You do not have 36,000.
Never mind. Okay.
How
Plus
much do
4,
you
you
have?
said
You have
16?
You have 17,000 gold.
Yeah. Okay. I got you.
So yeah, you
a
can buy a +4 belt.
+4 con belt would.
You'd have to find one in Kintargo.
We do have an event. The shops were refreshed this week.
It's more
Marketplace
of
Bloom.
seeing how much money they have.
1 new minor, intermediate, and major magic item is available in Kintargo's market.
All right, let's see what's available. I have to go get
One
the
random
old
item.
thing. Yeah, let's. All right, so you're saying there's one of what?
1 of each. 1 minor, intermediate, major.
All right, so the intermediate is a rod, and the major is a wondrous item. Oh, all right. We have a medium rod. It is a rod of 77. A rod of the Python is on the market. And our wondrous item, which is a major wondrous item. Why don't you go ahead and roll this one, buddy? Roll percentiles, since you're hunting for something from a wondrous item.
Sure. Oh. Okay.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what crap you get. Oh, 95! It's gonna be way too expensive. It is a belt of physical perfection +6. It costs 144,000 gold pieces.
No! Can I get a loan? Is that a thing?
Not for that much.
So you go in and ask for a +4 belt of con. They say no, but we got this. Throw a +6.
Not like a 1-up, just like a 10-up, you know? Like,
Just perfection.
alright, I'll be back. I'll leave.
If you guys pool all your money, you don't have half.
But when we do, motherfucker, we're here for it.
I mean,
Yeah.
assuming it hasn't sold by now.
Look, I could have a dream.
Who would buy it?
Barzillai shows up.
Barzillai?
With it.
He just looks fucking dapper with this nice belt. He's just like, I feel physically perfect, bitch. You assume he doesn't already have one.
Jesus.
Yeah. Thanks, Garm. That really helped.
Anytime, happy to show up, happy to be a part of the team.
But no, I do believe that there's a Kintargo primer here, and I think there is some purchase limit. So I'm pretty sure a +4 belt might actually be available. But let me see. It says it at the start here. I just gotta get to Kintargo. Kintargo stats. Marketplace. Purchase limit 25,000 gold. There are, in addition, 1d4 medium items normally. So, there are 3 items. Roll this 3 times, see what they are. The 3 medium items are an 8, a 68, and a 63. So an 8 is an armor or shield, and 68, 63 are a scroll and a staff. So sadly, no Wanderer's item. But might as well roll those up for you.
Just in case.
Yeah, he does. Alright. Garm, why don't you roll for the staff? Cobra, why don't you roll for the armor? And Seishi, why don't you roll for the scroll? You're just rolling percentiles. It is a Staff of Frost. 75 from Sezzix is the scroll. It is a 4th level scroll of something. I'll roll this die. Cool. It is a 4th level wizard spell. And it starts with the letter G. It's a 4th level wizard spell. It starts with the letter G. This is great. This is a good use of company time.
I'm about it.
Alright. It is a scroll of 3rd level. We're getting there. There's so many fucking wizard spells. 4th level. Starts with a G. Oh no, I rolled to the top of the thing. I don't think there's a lot of these. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Someone roll a d6. Anyone. Casting it, a 5. It is a scroll of Globe of Invulnerability Lesser. Alright. Tommy got a 66 on the weapons or armor. Ho, it is a special ability. And roll again. Roll percentiles again. Tommy.
Yeah.
Okay. It is a +2 shield with a special ability. And roll again for me.
This is how items are made.
Of 48.
By rolling dice.
It is a +2 improved shadow shield. So it gives you +10 to your stealth check while wearing it. Sezzix, you need to... Oh, we should see if it's a buckler!
Isn't it, like, enhancement bonus, though?
No, it's a +2 shield, and then it is also an improved shadow shield. So it costs, like, 19,000 gold and change. It's like
a competence bonus on stealth checks.
Competence.
So I have a question.
It's like 19,000 gold for this shield.
Yeah, I already have a competence bonus to my stealth.
Yeah, what's up?
Are there any ion stones or Ian stones, or whatever the fuck they're called, being sold?
Probably. Do you want me to roll them up? Is there a specific one you're trying to get?
I'm trying to get pale blue.
That is a wondrous item.
Damn it.
So it would... I mean, so, like, you're just in a smaller town. When you guys get access to teleport, like, you can go someplace larger. But you can buy automatically...
Visit Ramirez?
You can buy automatically anything that's under, like, 4,500 gold pieces. They have all of that stuff. So if you're looking at an ion stone that costs less than $5,000, they just have it.
Okay.
It's if you wanted to buy something more expensive. So they have all the +2 stat items, Austin. They just don't have +4s.
Wait.
I'll wait. My con's so high. I'll wait.
How many stones?
I mean, you
buy?
can upgrade a +2 to a +4, so like you might as well buy the +2.
Is it the same price?
You pay the difference.
Oh, okay. Yeah, shit. Fuck,
Yeah.
let's do that.
There's like, yeah. So like, I would just say, like, go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy a belt of giant strength because it's 4K.
Yeah, I mean, you should all have a +2 stat item at this point. You were given them last session, and chose to get rid of them, so you should just buy them. You should, like, for sure have a +2 stat item at this point.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna pick up a +2 con belt, like a wand of lesser restoration.
Okay.
That seems like that'll solve most of the problems we face.
Sounds good.
That's 4K for that, the +2 belt.
Yeah, it's 4K for a +2 any stat.
So does that mean I can buy a +1?
Any item that is less than 4,500 gold pieces? Correct.
Okay. Where the fuck was this?
If it's a +1 weapon, yes, you can buy it. It's gonna be.
I'm gonna buy a cracked pale blue for 200 gold.
Sure.
200 gold for 1 strength?
That's not what
that's
that
a
does.
confident. Yep. I just read it.
+2 to strength. Ironstone is like 8,000 gold pieces.
Yep. I just read what it does. It says just strength checks.
I mean, you can still get it. Have like a little stone friend that floats around with you. Those things oscillate around your head.
I don't need any more notoriety.
Yeah. So you guys, have this little windfall. You've cleared out the lucky bones. You have some capital. You purchase some gear. You go around. It's become pretty obvious that you're becoming a force to be reckoned with. You secured all of these allies. You have the Hell Knight Order of the Torrent, the Bellflower Network, the Cult of Milani, descending member of the Chelish Navy. You have Rexus Viticora. You have all of these specific allies. You've befriended some aquatic elves. And when you meet with Captain Sargera, he kind of breaks all this down for you, and he kind of sums up the events of the last couple of books and all the great heroics you've done, and is like, well, now you have us. You have this council of crows. What should we do? And he suggests having a, weekly, or whenever you guys want to have it, get together with all of these key NPCs in a location of your choosing, so that everyone can share information. You can send people out on missions, things like that.
It's time to assemble the council.
Basically, yeah.
So when we're all together, we're a murder of crows.
He'd like to... Dude, it's fantastic. He'd like to evolve Garm's minigame that he's been doing by himself to still have Garm do all of the bookkeeping off to the side that you guys have no interest in. But in addition to that boring stuff, he wants to, talk about the cool stuff. Like, the plot stuff. While all that nerd
plot
shit's happening, while Garm's, paying bribes and shit like that, he wants to talk about, the big moves you guys can make. With all of your allies present. And have, this meeting council.
We have the troops. We have the boys. We have a place to have the party. We have everything we need.
Yeah. So, as soon as you guys would like to do that, you have this week of shopping, and then your next week will begin with kind of the gathering of the crows as you guys sit down for your first Silver Council meeting. Or, I guess they call it the Silver Council. It'll be the Council of Crows.
Council of Crows.
That sounds much better. So, during the first...
So we're the cock?
It's the COC.
You're the cocks!
The COC. The cocks. So, the first time the crows gather, where are you guys going to meet?
I mean, do we have the place all, up and running at this point?
Yeah, I mean, you guys have had, a week. Do you guys want to meet there at the Lucky Bones?
Lucky Bones? I mean, we gotta introduce everyone to our place.
What room would you like to meet with everyone in? I can pull up the map for you if you'd like.
The amount of bloodstains.
I mean, you could have cleaned those.
Lots of scribbing. There was a room, I think, with a big table in it. That's where we met the ghost, I think.
Yeah, the ghost room.
So you want to meet over there, the high stakes hall? That kind of octagonal room to the east?
Yeah, that's probably big enough for everybody.
Over where this giant square is. Whoops.
Yeah.
Yeah, over there.
Isn't that where the heroin addicts were?
It's this little one.
It's that, like, octagonal room, yeah.
This one. Yeah, you see?
Yeah, but that, yeah.
Also,
invest in a bigger table.
For what it's worth, I mean, that table's like 15 feet long. Sorry, the table's 20 feet long. For what it's worth, you guys have never, disarmed any of the stuff in the multicolored square room, right? Everyone just walks along a certain path.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know how to disarm it. So.
Just making sure. Yeah, I mean, you can just tell people not to go into that section. They don't really need to go into the lower levels too much.
And then sign up.
No access.
Closed for repair.
Sure, so you guys can't access the lower level at all?
No, we just put a sign on the door. I mean, we're rebels.
Hold on. Are you just gonna like hire the mole to just like dig a hole through this wall here?
Well, I want to figure this trap out. Like, I would rather we have this solved, but that mole solves problems immediately.
Yeah. How much for the mole services? Well, let's do it.
I mean, you can bring it up at the first council meeting.
We would like to permanently hire the mole.
Is the mole an ally we can put on our books? Like,
it will be a team I attempt to recruit if it's not.
So, you guys call this first council meeting together. It will consist of the four of you and every unique ally you have recruited. So it's you and like 7 other people. So, I'll pull that.
I'll type them out.
I think I can just pull it up here. Ooh, yeah. So we've got, do you want Vendelfleck there?
Nah. Oh, Vendelfleck, absolutely. Blosodriette, I think we can burn the contract.
Alright, and send her to free her?
Yeah, we can burn the contract and free her now that we're moving on from our place.
Yeah. Are you going to just, like, do it? Like, surreptitiously? Or is she going to be made aware of what's happening?
I mean, we can let her know, right?
Let her know she's free.
Garm's the one that wants to do it, so.
Yeah, we can. I guess we can let her know and be nice. Be like, hey, we appreciate you hanging around here, harassing Buddy, turning into rabbits.
Finally, I'm free. I'm free of this nightmare. Thank you, Master. Free me. Free me.
Okay, well, now you're just being weird about it. Please just leave us alone.
Sure.
Thank you.
You will burn her contract. She will disappear. You gain 1 loyalty and lose 1 secrecy.
Yeah.
I just moved her to the bottom, just so we remember she was there. Yeah. So your council will consist of the 4 of you and these 600 individuals: Vendelfleck, Laria Longroad, Rexus Vitacora, Lictor Octavio of the Helmlights of the Torrent, Cassius Sargera, the captain, who suggested you guys do this, and Hemiton Hayes. And as you guys sit around this table, everyone kind of shows up. We'll say that probably Vendelfleck is the last one to show up. And when he shows up, he just stops being invisible because he's been there the whole time. And he was just kind of like wasting your time because he thought it was funny.
Natural.
Yeah.
Classic.
People are like chatting. Someone has brought like fine wine and there's like some cheeses and crackers. And everyone's just kind of socializing. And the meeting hasn't begun yet. And Captain Sagetta will look to you, Sirit, and kind of like give you a nod like it's your turn to take charge here.
Oh. Thank you.
You are a diplomat.
I mean, he did take the leadership feat.
I did. Well, Everyone, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to the first Council of Crows.
Like,
Can I heckle him?
I'd encourage it.
Boo!
Thank you. For it is each of our voices that come up in such trying times. When those assholes of the Chelish military have decided so surreptitiously to take away our voices, I believe it is only our opportunity to each stand up and share instead.
The captain will kind of leave and be like, military? I'm on your side.
Hey, you're one of the good guys,
It's that Thrune puppet. The Thrune puppet who's claimed you the Lord Mayorship title. He's the one that's the problem, not the military. You make it sound like I've stolen my boat.
Broad strokes, I'm not the best painter. I do believe, however, that we can be the best crows. With that in mind, I would like to encourage all of us to share what we know, the resources that we have, and the love that we bring to each of our individuals. We're gonna fucking do stuff, guys. Let's fucking do it.
Perhaps, Hamilton will speak up and be like, perhaps we should see if there's any new business for this council to look at.
Anything to bring to the floor?
Well, now that you mention it, Hamilton will say, I was approached by Lady Mialari Docur, Docur's School for Girls. She wished to set up a meet to talk with you, and would like an alliance between your organization and hers. She would like to speak to, well, I believe this council, now that it's been established. Should I let her know?
What was that name one more time?
Her name, I can type it out for you, is Lady Mialari Docur. She is one of the nobles in town. You know that she runs the Lady Docur School for Girls in the nearby town of Vilgre. And, there are rumors that, they don't just, it's not just a finishing school for young ladies.
Be a knowledge local check?
Sure. That is a thing.
I'll look at Sezzix.
Sorry, I was Googling stuff.
You have... The scuttlebutt on her is that she runs what is basically the Thieves Guild.
So, she runs the place we just took over?
No,
not
this town. Different town. She has certainly had operations within Kintargo, but she is not based here. And now that you guys have taken over a former Thieves Guild, she wishes to talk with you guys about setting up an alliance.
Oh, so she thinks we're a Thieves Guild.
Well, she knows that you're the heroes of Kintargo.
Yeah, and I'm in favor of getting people like that on board,
Yes, he'll be like...
People who are below the law?
He'll kind of give a nod and be like, I believe she's rented a villa in town. You could speak with her after the meeting.
Thank you.
We will also roll...
They are Robin Hood.
Let's have Tommy and Buddy each roll a d10.
Yeah.
And see what other new business is brought.
Nat 1.
Let's go, Big Four.
Someone at the meeting, Lictor Octavia will be like, I don't know if it counts or not, but among my men and women, I heard some talk. I don't place stock in it necessarily, but it's what they've heard, from the taverns and the people they interact with. They claim that, people have been saying the Opera House has secret chambers that hold treasures hidden away from the time of the Civil War. Treasures no one's seen in decades. I don't know if an opportunity will present itself for us to hit the enemy at their home, but if you ever find yourself within the Opera House, maybe secrets buried there that would be worth uncovering. Could get a powerful weapon or some sort of magic item that might help turn the tide of battle.
Hopefully it's when we reach the Opera House.
Yeah. And kind of hopping in on that, Larry will be like, well, I know that a lot of people that have been coming into the tea house have been complaining about the increased taxes on Bleakridge, and they're saying it's just the start. There's a rumor that Thrune is planning on taxing entertainment, food, even passage on the streets themselves from day to day. I don't know what he seeks to gain from this. It's just going to foment more hostility against him. It's as if he's completely lost his mind. So yeah, those seem to be like the three things you hear. Is there any other business you guys would like to talk about at your first council meeting? Anything you guys want to bring up? You guys are kind of in the first part where everyone's just like sharing rumors and scuttle and like chatting and stuff like that.
We need to print some stuff. Does anyone have materials, stuff that they can talk about? Maybe any information regarding the mayor that we could like try and post something somewhere about? Like, that seems like I think she's still alive somewhere, but I have no proof of that.
They all kind of don't have any confirmation on what befell her. Nobody really seems to know, and that's what leads to the rumors that she's still alive and well somewhere.
Understandable. The ones I'm falling for.
Yeah. Larry will be like, well, it's probably a good time to talk about this then. She grabs, like, a pack next to her, and she opens it up, and she begins pulling out various, like, sheafs of paper and bundles of maps. And she's like, if you remember some time ago when I spoke with these fledgling crows as they were starting their journey of heroism, I gave them some advice on how to start a real rebellion. Told them there were 5 steps that you needed to undertake. The first 2, if you recall, was to rally and recruit followers and secure a stronghold. You're well on your way to doing that. You've secured a number of followers. You have the leaders of several organizations that have pledged their support, myself included. You have this fantastic hideout. It's now time to move on to phase 3. It's time to gather regional support. It would be foolish to approach and challenge Barzillai right now with what we have. We need to make sure that he's cut off. We need to cut off his supply lines. We need to make sure that the towns around us, we have allies there that can aid us. Should Thrune attempt to lock down the city, we need people outside the city that can send us aid and try to contact others on our behalf. To that step, I've been looking over, well, all of this, and she gestures at, like, all of the documents you guys have collected so far. It also includes, like, any journal entries you guys have been keeping, or whenever she's asked you, like, what happened in the mission you went on, and, like, who you talked to, and, like, who you killed, and, like, proper names and stuff like that. There's a bunch of shorthand, like, halfling shorthand notes that she's taken. And she's like, I've identified 3 potential groups of allies. The first, she'll, like, thumb through most recently, these. And there's a crude sketch of, like, an elven woman. And you recognize that it's the elven woman you met, one of the aquatic elves that live in Ascanti, the elven village outside of town. She says, I understand that now members of the Ascanti work as a team on behalf of the crows. What's to stop us from speaking to their village elder or mayor or whoever's in charge there and getting more of them on board?
As a threat to Kintargo is a threat to theirs as well.
An alliance from them would be a significant asset. It would help defend Kintargo against a naval response from Cheliax. As impressive as the Scourge of Belial and Captain Sargetta are, we're going to need more than just one vessel to defend the port should Lady Thrune bring, like, the whole fist of Cheliax down on us, as they have, the most powerful navy on the planet. The second She like thumbs over to another area and unfurls a map of like northeastern Cheliax. She's like, well, technically a part of Cheliax, the city of Vyre has been treated more as a free city by the government, which values the fact that Vyre is a place that officials can go to unwind. Also, if you recall, this is a lawless place, further down the rabbit hole than Kintargo ever was. If there's any town that would also be looking to get out from under the thumb of further Chelish rule, it would be Vyre. Maintaining good relations with them is important to the Chelish government, and thus securing their support for Kintargo's freedom from Thrune and perhaps independence from Cheliax, ultimately. As she kind of like looks around the table, and as she's like now speaking completely like a radical, she's like, do we want to do that? How do we feel about that? Captain Sargata's kind of like, oh, I don't know about that, but everyone else is like, yeah, fuck Cheliax. And he's like, I mean, we should at least free you from Barzillai. I don't know about declaring civil war on Cheliax. And she's like, it's fine, don't worry about that. We'll get there.
We'll get to that point when we get there.
We'll get to the point where I, as a halfling freed slave, have stolen a city from underneath Cheliax. We'll get to there.
It's the end game.
But yes, you should at least go to Vyre. If there's any like-minded officials or individuals, you'll find them there. That's like the other town that I would suggest. And well, that presents us with the third and the most difficult of these, I would say. Here, and she points at the map. This is the Menador Gap. While the Menador Mountains aren't impassably rugged, there's only one navigatable pass through the mountains as far as troop movements and trade with the rest of Cheliax are concerned. This place right here, the Menador Gap. If this pass were to be closed, Cheliax would be unable to send additional ground support directly to Kintargo. They'd have to move north through the mountains, through Nadal, treacherous territory, or up through Pezak, both significant detours through areas fraught with their own political troubles. This would buy us time. Weeks, a month maybe more. Seizing control of the Menador Gap, by whatever means necessary, would allow us to secure a real foothold to cut Kintargo off from the teat of Cheliax. And once that's done, well, she's ours. She's ours to take. But of course, that's a little further down the road. Perhaps she gestures at, like, Vyre or the Ascanti documents and be like, perhaps I would tackle one of these two first, though you're welcome to approach in whatever situation you deem best. And she'll kind of give you the 3 dossiers on those locations. And then, yeah, after she kind of drops the bomb of these, like, big 3 plot elements that she thinks you guys should pursue, the rest of the hour or 2 long meeting turns back into general scuttlebutt and, like, people, eating fine cheese and drinking wine and stuff like that. Talk of the mayor comes up. Mayor Gilia Barnius, as you speak of, like, we need to spread these documents or whatever, the order of the torrent guy, the lictor will, speak up and be like, I have long suspected that she hasn't been killed. I think she's been captured and imprisoned, perhaps even executed privately by Thrune. He's a cruel man. I believe that, I don't think she fled to Ascanta. I think she's remained here, likely a captive of some sort. That's more his speed. He, like, thinks about, you can see he's, like, deep in thought thinking about, like, his men and women that were, like, captured and tortured by Thrune. But yeah. So, he certainly, believes her to be captured. There are also rumors of a curious woman. Let's roll a d6. 2. Rexus will, come over to you, Caerrat, as you become fast friends. So, like, during the meeting while people are chatting, Caerrat, Rexus come over and be like, I don't know if I should bring this up in front of the council, but at the very least you should know, sir. I've been doing as you said. I've been, randomizing my patterns, coming around, getting into here is to keep it safe, but I was followed by a woman. I believe I managed to lose her. I cast invisibility on myself. I, hid in here for a while, and then I used a scroll of dimension door I had to actually get in here proper, so I don't believe she knows
Of course
that we're here. But he'll describe this woman to you. Seems to be a woman of Tien descent.
Yeah, we should have an open conversation about that.
Yeah. As you're like, you can tell everyone. Rexus will begin telling the group. And as he does this, Captain Sagetta will be like, that woman, she was on my boat the other day.
She's followed us around as well.
She'll be like, she was trying to find a lot of you. I, of course, feigned ignorance and ordered her off my vessel, one way or another, and she chose to leave rather than be removed. But yes, seems as if she's looking into you. How did you encounter her?
Staring at us from rooftops.
Ah, a friendly sort. He'll kind of chuckle. Yeah, they'll all keep their eyes open for her, but they don't seem to have anything aside from her appearance. No one seems to know her name or her purpose, but they just know that she's been asking about you for a while now.
Maybe. They want to be a friend.
Lastly, who hasn't talked, Vendelfleck will be like, well, I've heard some fun things. Someone like me can get into all sorts of places and all sorts of little troublesome things. Well, nobles talk about the silliest things, let me tell you, when they don't believe anyone's listening, or when they see that house cat that they think is their house cat and not a fairy dragon that's disguised itself as a house cat in order to get pets.
Absolutely tragic.
Very tragic. Well, rumors seem to be circulating among the elitati that Lord Mayor Barzillai Thrune is planning to throw a masquerade ball in the near future. I believe he's trying to curry favor with Kintargo's noble and artists. Such an event would give you an excellent opportunity to get close to Thrune and his allies. Of course, these are just rumors at this stage. No invitations have been sent yet. It's far too early for such things. Though when they become available, I will try my best to get my hands on some for you.
Oh, you're such a slithery little guy. I knew there was a reason we keep you around. I'll ruffle his head.
Oh, thank you. Yes, and, with that, you guys have kind of talked about a majority of stuff that you're gonna, be, trying to accomplish. You have, some, just a shotgun blast of different, little plot threads you can go after. But we're not done yet. There's more.
Wait, there's more.
As now the conversation is shifted to, Barzillai currying favor with nobles, the topic will be raised by, Cassius, by Captain Sagetta will be like, well, it may be worth it for you all to curry favor with the nobles here as well. And Larry will be like, oh, that's a good idea. Yes, and she'll go back to one of the maps of Kintargo and the Ivy District, the Noble District that you guys have been in once before, when you freed when you freed Cassius's lover from his dad's estate. There was a bunch of estates, and she will begin writing down the names of noble families she knows live in these various estates, and she'll write down 10 names of families, and she'll be like, these are the ones I think are prominent enough that gaining their favor would do a great deal to move the people of Kintargo behind the Ardent Crows rather than labeling them as Thrune supporters. She'll explain that these noble families likely have their own tics and eccentricities and weird relationships and own personal goals and things like that, and implores you guys to investigate them and see if you can, fulfill whatever needs they have, try to get them on board. You'll probably want to do this as delicately as possible, as to not tip them off as to what you're doing in case they are Thrune supporters. If someone's like a diehard Thrune supporter, it's probably going to be impossible for you to convince them to join the Ardent Crows if they've like made deals with devils and shit in the past. But yeah, she writes down 10 noble families and is like, good luck, and kind of leaves the map with you. So that's another thing that you guys can now just do in downtime, is investigate any of these noble houses and spend some time and resources trying to figure out what they want, what faction they're leaning towards, and then perhaps trying to convince them to join up with you. So that's just another thing you can do in this book. But we're not done yet. As the meeting comes to a close, there will be the distinct smell of brimstone, and there'll be a plume of fire, and you will see an imp. It's Blosodriette.
God damn it.
And she will reappear, and she'll be like, hello again, crows. A pleasure.
Okay, come on, we had an understanding.
She's like,
We had an understanding.
She'll be like, my work with you is done. She will turn to Buddy, and she'll be like, my master bids me come and tell you that he will be arriving shortly. And she'll gesture behind her to the open air, and she'll be like, sure, Shagat, the drowning death, and she'll bow. There'll be a bigger plume of brimstone, and you'll see the drowning devil from before. He'll be standing there, like, Sargata will, like, have a blade drawn, Hemington, like, has his mace out, and Sure Shagat will appear and be like, friends, please, there is no need for all this. Blosodriette will, conjure, like, a contract into her hand and be like, here you are, sir. He'll take it and be like, as you can see, a legally binding document, authorized by one Buddy. And he'll, like, roll it up, and Captain Sargata will be like, good, you've secured the work of devils. Excellent. He'll, like, give an approving nod. Lictor Octavia will be like, this was a wise move. Laria and Hemington and Vendelfleck are like, what the fuck? What the fuck did you do?
Yeah, I feel the same way.
What the fuck did you do? And, like, they will begin, like, arguing with the other people. And, Blosodriette will, like, begin trying to, like, you know, settle everything down, but obviously not helping. Like, it's fine, everything's gonna be okay. We're all on the same tier. Go crows, yeah, come on. Sure Shagat will speak into your mind, buddies. It's gotten rather loud. And
Yeah.
be like, just let me know, if you, well, I'm here to begin guarding the waterways with my companions. I just figured I'd check in. Are there any specific instructions you'd like to give me, or should my pride be my guide?
I just watch the waterways. Protect the lower area.
Very good. Do you wish to be notified of anyone we kill down there, or if there's any intruders?
If there's any, maybe don't kill but capture, and then let us know, and we'll come interrogate them.
Of course, if at all possible, I will attempt to capture them. Of course, if I am going to be destroyed, we wouldn't want that. No, we're friends.
No.
I'll defend myself to the best of my abilities. Shouldn't we agree on that?
Yes.
Oh, very good, very good. The contract will have a couple more, like, asterisk lines added to it. Like, just, like, magically as they're conversing. You notice the contract in Infernal, like, gets slightly longer and, like, unfurls a little more?
Buddy, stop.
It seems as if our time has been cut short. The contract will disappear, and he'll be like, come, Blosodriette. And the two of them will, like, disappear into brimstone and plumes of fire.
Out of character. No one's getting captured down there. He's just going to kill everyone.
He's going to kill everyone that comes through that water.
You're gonna meet some noble later, like in like book 5. It's like, I've been sending you couriers for weeks. I've been sending people through the waterways for weeks. Where are they? Where are these messages going?
They're drowned.
Sure, Shagat's just there, like, some mail was sent incorrectly to this address, and there's like 5 bloated corpses next to him.
Just get better and better.
Yeah, Blosodriette will tell you that rather than Sure Shagat, like, leaving his post, if you need to communicate with him, you'll just feel free to reach out to Blosodriette. She'll be hanging out in the lower levels now, as one of the companions that Sure Shagat has brought back with him.
God damn it.
So you guys will go ahead and get +1 to secrecy, but have -1 to loyalty. I'll go ahead and add her as an ally again.
I see why you kept her on the sheet.
I thought it was weird you kept her there, but I didn't question it.
You'll never escape it, Garm.
I just don't want devils in my rebellion.
I'm so happy.
Hey, Spirit. Hey, Spirit. Remember when I like whispered to you? Remember when I said I wanted to kill this devil?
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
I told you they weren't to be trusted.
I know they're not supposed to be trusted.
Fantastic.
Best friends forever.
Best friends forever. But yeah, what would you guys like to do?
Apologize.
Yeah, you can calm down your allies. A couple of them have left in a huff.
Yeah.
Laria left all the documents, and Hematon has left as well. Vendelfleck and Rexus is just very confused. And Rexus is like, well, I know Seared wouldn't do anything without a good reason. And then as you tell him you were just hoodwinked, he's like, oh, Seared. He shakes his head. He seems very sad.
Yeah.
Saddened.
I looks like I need to be more of a dad role in this group, and
yeah. As you sit down to relax and kind of decompress from everything that's happening, Garm, your chair will break and you'll fall onto the ground. Vendelfleck will become visible and be like, don't fucking work with devils! And he'll fly off.
Thanks, Vendy.
I thought Vendelfleck was okay with devils.
No, he's got it good. He's the opposite alignment. He and Larry are the exact opposite alignment of devils.
As am I.
As am I.
Cassius and Lictor Octavio have worked with devils professionally before, and they're like, yeah, this is fine. They're a good asset. Good job. They don't have a problem with you guys getting WMDs so the Russians can't have them. They're okay with it.
So when do we have mice of men, buddy?
Jesus.
Jesus, Tommy. I mean, you can try.
What about the rabbits, Tommy?
He's pretty thick. He's pretty thick.
Hey, I got an intelligence headband now. I'm smart.
Yeah, I mean, now you can speak Aboleth.
Yeah.
It's time to pull old Yeller out in the back and shoot him.
Can't old Yeller him.
But yes, there are 10 names listed. Among them, the only one you recognize is Aulorian, which is the name. It's the house you've already been to. You could try to...
Yeah, I don't think they're on our side.
I mean, you never know until you reach out.
That's a good point.
But yeah, so there are those 10 places, and then you have those dossiers. So you guys have ample opportunity to do whatever you would like. Is there anything you guys want to ask questions about, or you guys want to chat about what you want to do?
So about these devils. About these devils. We know that they have a contract with Buddy. Is there any way we can negate the contract to get him the fuck out of our base?
Same way we did it last time. Buy a scroll. Have Buddy dismiss it. I don't think Buddy's gonna dismiss it.
I mean, you can certainly, renegotiate terms of the contract, or you could try to get the contract that's in their possession and destroy it.
The only one who'd be able to sneak up to him would be, Sezzix.
Well, Shagat is underwater. He is guarding the waterways, as he was before. So he's, down in the bay, in one of the tunnels. Blosodriette's hanging around with you guys. She's
I thought we lowered the water.
Yeah,
lowered the water, so it's
but
not
you remember that there was a dock there.
It's like an underground dock.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
you
you've lowered it to the level of that river. So he's in that river, down partway out to sea, off map.
Gotcha.
He's he's in those sewer tunnels.
Yeah.
Buddy, how many of his friends did he say he was bringing?
Oh, just a couple.
Yeah, guys, I think we're just, I'm gonna have to ride this one out.
I think he said one for each tunnel entrance.
You think?
There's definitely 3 drowned devils down there. If we could just have them not kill the people that came through, that's at least what I would ask.
Yeah,
They're not going to.
Capture.
They're only going to kill them if their lives are in danger.
I didn't get a chance to read what just randomly got added. What did you agree to?
That they would not harm intruders, so that we could talk to them. So, yeah, that's what we agreed to.
Okay, well that seems reasonable.
Also, they do have a long list of people that they won't harm because they're allies with us. And,
yeah, anyone that's officially an Ardent Crow is not. Anyone that's one of your followers or in the council or whatever is not to be harmed.
Yeah.
Buddy, do you see the wording he's using? Officially part of the Ardent Crows? It doesn't say, don't kill good people. Now it's only officially an Ardent Crow. What if someone was trying to join us?
Then wouldn't we find them?
No, buddy.
I mean, these would be people that were casting water breathing and touch of the sea and swimming through sewer pipes to covertly enter your secret base. Are the people he's stopping.
I mean, maybe he doesn't want to see. Maybe the people wanting to come in don't want to be seen. They want to have
those people yesterday, Walt.
I think most people that want to join us,
this wasn't your base. This was someone else's base. He's literally just doing the same job he was doing before.
I just don't like
He's to stop the second group of Ardent Crows from coming in here and killing you guys and taking over.
Are we the bad guys?
Yeah, I mean, you guys can certainly debate it to your heart's content.
Well, boys, unfortunately, I'm just going to say there's no reason to cry over spilt milk.
Kind of where I'm at as well.
Buddy gets to keep his friends.
Buddy isn't allowed to sign any more contracts.
When Buddy says that, I just start rubbing my wound.
So much for freedom, Garm. I guess Austin doesn't have the freedom to roleplay his character. It's a bit of a double-edged sword there, Caerrat.
Yeah.
Are you about
intolerance?
Garm, hold up. Are you about to do a dab with a...
No, I used this knife to clean out my bowl, and so I had a bunch of ashes on it. So
I think he's gonna snort it, is what he's gonna do.
No, I thought that's a Bowie knife. I thought he was literally whipping out a butterfly knife to heat up and then do a dab.
I mean, it is a butterfly knife.
I know it's a butterfly knife. I know what they are. I thought you were heating it up, to do a dab with wax right now.
That's a little extra, I would need to have my torch, which is over here.
Well,
I don't know where it is.
As fascinating as this is, what would you guys like to do? I've presented you with no less than a dozen things you can do.
Yeah.
This is the sandbox adventure.
I mean, we could start local and just hit up some of the local stuff, and then maybe do the outer city stuff later. Yeah.
We have Lady Melodia. She's in town. She has a villa or some shit. We can hang out there. It's not good. 5 minutes.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Oh, his webcam's just frozen on his
computer blue screen. See if he can get it fixed. But yeah, we can do a little break for 5 minutes or something.
Okay. I get another.
I was just he's being awful quiet.
That eye contact is very frustrating. I don't like it.
I'll write out the names of the nobles and stuff for you, and I'll kind of parse all the information that I told you here into main quests and side quests and things like that.
Garm, I told you devils weren't to be trusted.
I agree.
My favorite part of any game is interjecting just a GM insert NPC that's just fucking evil as shit, and then you guys don't like dealing with them. Perfect, thank you.
This is what I'm here for.
Yeah.
The sad part is...
I also love the idea that, like, Blosodriette's like, finally I get to go home. She goes home. And then Shurshagot's like, I'm looking for imps with, I'm looking for, any devils that have knowledge of Kintargo. And someone's like, oh, Blosodriette just got back from there. And he's like, good. Imp, you work for me now. And she's like, no, fuck! And he's like, no whining. And she's like, all right, boss. And then they go back.
Well, the thing is, too, I'm giving Buddy shit, but I have an 8 wisdom score. Like, I'm pretty sure if he got me alone, I literally came to the city to buy Shungai, right? He would have got the same thing out of me. I don't have a high wisdom modifier myself.
You have an 8 wisdom score? I have a 12 wisdom score.
Yeah,
I'm a barbarian.
I might be smart. Like, I'll probably negotiate the contract better, but I'd probably fall for it, too. As literally the only reason why I didn't buy Shungite was Garm overheard the conversation in the copy shop.
All I can say is I've never role-played with a demon before, and it is enjoyable.
They're devils.
Oh, devils.
Demons would offer you nothing. Well, demons would offer you the world, but give you nothing in return.
So they're like a stepdad. He's like, we'll go fishing, but...
Yeah, but we'll go next week.
But the day you're supposed to go fishing, he's like, sorry. And he shows up with a stripper. He's like, I just met the love of my life. And that's what happens every single weekend when he has custody of you. You know, the type of dad who says he's going to go for a pack of smokes and never comes back.
Yeah.
Right, Garm?
What's up? Probably. I don't know what.
All right. That's a good enough answer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love when people come back and they don't know what they agreed to.
I assume that if I agreed, it's probably a good thing.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
You can't beat that logic, can you?
No. Someone's dad went to get a pack of cigarettes and is never coming back. He didn't agree to anything bad. Just a way of life, some would say in Alabama.
You also, immediately after the meeting, are you backstage?
Yes.
Cool. So immediately following the meeting and like all this stuff, and you guys, having some debate over having this devil there, the Milanite, keep forgetting people's names. Hematin, there's like 6 of them. Hematin will get your attention, Garm, and be like, Lady Docur is, I've notified her that you'll be meeting with her later tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah. And, he'll leave. So yeah, I have... Here are all the things. So you should meet with Lady Docur tonight, and then your main quests are to secure alliances from those 2 places and gain control of that other place. And then, in addition, you want to try to secure support from those 8 noble families.
Perfect.
But yes, there you go. So many things. A bounty of options. The world is your oyster.
Lady Docur tonight, do y'all have a preference on where we go after that?
Another aquatic level or Las Vegas?
Vegas sounds like both fun.
I think from earlier we're definitely going to Vegas.
Yeah.
I feel like we can all agree it's Vegas.
Okay.
We need a vacation.
Well, first to Lady Docur's. You can meet with her. She might have art. Images. No images. No homages. What? The worst. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find one for you guys. Real quick. Man. So upset. So upsetting. To the Google. I'm very sad that it's not in here. Thought there was art for her. She's kind of like a main NPC. Yeah, she has art. You meet with this woman. She has red hair and like big elven features. She has like these big pointy elven ears, and she wears like a goodly amount of jewelry. I'll throw this in Discord for us real quick. Perfect. All's well. And then yes, for those of you watching at home, this is what she looks like. So, you're able to meet with her. It'll be a relaxed meeting. You're basically given an address and told that she's renting this property out. And yeah, when you arrive later that evening, I imagine you guys are all going. There doesn't seem to be like any guards or anything stationed outside. It's just like a nicer estate. And yeah, the front gate is unlocked. What would you guys like to do?
I'll stand behind Caerrat as he leads in.
I mean, if the gate's unlocked, yeah, we just
Sure.
walk on in.
Yeah. You can walk through the like well-manicured yard, up the nice like marbled steps to the double doors, and you find that they're unlocked as well.
We'll give an appropriate knock, though. We're not,
Sure.
like, you know.
You knock on the door. A moment later, the door will open, and you will see a beautiful woman. It's not an elf. It's just a human. But, like, very nice-looking younger woman. She's wearing very appropriate, like, servant's clothes. And she will open the door. And you notice immediately that her etiquette is, like, on point. She, like, steps in. She moves, like, a very precise amount of paces in time with the door as she opens the door. She welcomes you in. She announces you to the lady of the house who's waiting in another room. She offers to take your coats, all those sort of things. It seems as if like her etiquette is on point. And will the gentleman be drinking anything this evening? Once she's like taken your traveling gear and stuff like that, your jackets, if you have any.
Some cucumber water, if you don't mind.
But of course, sir.
Thank you.
Just water.
She does not look any of you in the eyes and always has her gaze averted and her head down. She's like, but of course, sir. But of course. Of course. And then she'll be like, right this way, the lady is through here. And she will take you into like a nice sitting room that has a fire in it. And that's where you will see Lady Mialari Docur. She will look up from whatever book she was reading, and she'll place a bookmark in it and set it on the table beside her. She'll be like, Uncrows, a pleasure. Please, come sit. Make yourself warm by the hearth. Welcome.
For inviting us.
Welcome as it is to my humble abode, though it is only temporary. Ah, yes. This is Verna. She's doing quite well. Thank you, Verna. And, she'll say something in Elven to her. Does anyone speak Elven?
Yes.
Yeah. She seems to be correcting Verna's posture as she's delivering the cucumber water. And you'll see Verna will like adjust her positioning a little bit to be even more proper. She'll be like, very good, Verna. You may leave us. She'll go and she'll like close the doors behind her as she's leaving. Well, while I am one most accustomed to such prim and circumstance, I understand that you are cut from a different sort of cloth, she will say, looking at Buddy predominantly, and perhaps would appreciate a more direct approach to such matters. She'll kind of assess all of you and be like, so I will be as blunt as I'm capable of being. I run a thieves guild.
Yes.
You are rebels in Kintargo.
2 for 2 so far.
The current regime of Kintargo is rather constricting on all sorts of operations into and out of the city, in addition to being just terrible. Just really terrible. So I propose...
3 for 3.
I propose a mutual beneficially relationship here. I assist you in bringing down the regime of Barzillai Thrune, freeing your citizens, rah rah, yes. And in exchange, of course, my various associates and myself would be able to more easily permeate through the landscape of Kintargo, as it were.
Bluntly put, the last Thieves Guilds and this decided they really liked human trafficking, and that's not something we really like in this town.
By gods.
What activities are you suggesting to bring?
Well, I understand that things right now are reaching a bit of a head for you. I heard through the grapevine that tensions are quite high between Barzillai and the public as a whole, and I'm sure that you have your hands full, dealing with a squabbling ship captain, coffee shop owner, I think there was a dragon at some point. She, kind of tries to go through, she seems to be, just vague enough that you're unsure if she knows every detail of your operation or just rumors of your operation. And it becomes clear to you that she's quite good at being a rogue. This is her bread and butter, as she, treads the line between, being very overt and knowing every fucking thing you're doing, and being like, maybe this is what you're doing, I don't know, maybe.
It's just a wild guess.
She'd be like, I know that you're quite busy right now, so I, of course, don't expect any favors yet. This is a courtesy conversation. I'd like to speak to you again at some point down the road, once things have settled down a bit, so in hopes of making the impression that we'd be better allies than we would enemies, I'd like to present you with a couple of gifts, and she will ring a small bell. The door will open, and you'll see Verna. Verna has in her possession a beautiful carved, boxwood box, a nice, soft, dark wood, and inside it, there are a couple of scrolls. She'll be like, oh, thank you, Verna, thank you. The woman will leave and close the doors again. She'll open up the small lacquered box and kind of present it to the group, and you'll see there are 2 gilded scrolls inside it. Each one is tied with a red ribbon. She'll be like, I had one of my associates whip these up for you. I believe you'll find them most useful, especially given the means by which you enjoy to operate, she says with a smile. She gives you a scroll of heal and a scroll of raise dead.
Completely ignoring the scrolls, Buddy's going to drool over the handmade box.
It's incredibly well made. Yeah. It's very nice. So Caerrat takes the scrolls out and reads magic them to learn what they are, and Buddy's just holding the box and is like, oh.
Pull out one of my little crows as a trade offer.
Yeah, she'll come up to you as Caerrat's identifying the scrolls and be like, yes, I think you'll find those to be most useful. She'll take the box, Buddy, and she'll close it while you're holding it, and then she'll take it out of your hands and be like, for future gifts, I'll deliver them in the same box. She'll take it and set it on the table behind her. It's just the scrolls.
I'm just gonna stare at the box the whole rest of the meeting.
She'll be like, it's just the scrolls this time. But yes, you'll hear a whinny of horses out front. And she'll be like, I believe my carriage is ready. And in a fluid motion, you'll see that she had her traveling clothes on the chair she was sitting on, and you didn't even notice because you were just so captivated by her beauty and how she moved and how she minced her words, as if she like...
It's absolutely crazy how we dodged the entire question.
She's like exceptionally high-level player of the game. And as you're like, yeah, so about the human trafficking, she'll be like, just terrible, terrible thing that happened. And she'll like throw her jacket over herself. She'll take the box and be like, I can assure you I would never traffic in anything so nefarious. Though we'll speak of such business-related things at a later date, you have a city to save, and I bid you Godspeed. And as she moves to the door, you notice Verna is there. Verna opens the door. Verna also seems to have like 2 packed pieces of luggage, and both of them will just leave. And you're just in an empty house.
As they're leaving, I'm like, this is some good fucking cucumber water. Because I thought rich people drink cucumber water, but I'm a farmer peasant. So I'm just like, I don't have manners. I'm just like, this is some good fucking cucumber water, man.
Hell yeah.
These are some great scrolls.
Yeah, so like, it all happens super fast. Like in the span of like a minute, you finish IDing the scrolls. She takes the box back from Austin. Cobra finishes drinking the water. And then she's like at the door. She bids you farewell. And then you like see them get into a well-appointed carriage and it leaves. And as you're like processing what happened, like the fire will like sputter and like die out as if it had like just enough fire for like the 10 minutes of conversation. And then she knew she was leaving.
And Sezzix nods and says, game, respect, game.
And the house grows like immediately colder at the lack of the fire and the lack of her presence.
Okay, well, I guess we lost. Again. Okay.
I mean, she expressly does not answer any questions, but she does give you the skills. She presents herself as a friend, but an enigma. I hope I've translated that.
I believe that.
Okay.
Did she tell us we're not allowed to go through her stuff?
I don't think there's anything of note left, but man, we're gonna go and look through anyway.
Yeah, you can begin rummaging through like this estate. Roll a perception check. And then someone roll a D8 for me.
Oh, you, Tom.
Cool. You don't find like too many personal effects until Tommy, over on the hearth above the fire, there's a painting. And it seems to be of some, like, noble family out doing things. And you see a scene of, like, a fox hunt, right? So there's, like, a noble on top of a horse. There's, like, a couple of hound dogs with him pursuing a fox. And he looks really impressive. He has a, kind of like this slick, sleazy look to him, and he's wearing very impressive, like, Chelish officer clothes. He has a blade at his sword. You see in the background of the painting on the horizon, there's a boat in dock that is flying Chelish flags. It's like a Chelish naval vessel. And upon closer inspection, you notice that the fox he's chasing is in, like, a caricature of Iomedae. As if it's like some rendition of the deity Iomedae as like a woodland creature that's being pursued by like the dogs of Asmodeus. And as you look over this picture, you recognize the guy. You believe that this is a depiction of Count Geoff Tanessen, who is a humorless student of military history. He's one of the nobles that you guys are supposed to interact with. You're pretty sure that this is his house. And that she just broke in here.
Oh. Oh. Well, we could kill 2 birds with 1 stone and wait for them to come back and like, hey, you want to join up?
But you can make a knowledge nobility check as you guys have been looking around the house. Anyone that has it can make a knowledge nobility check.
Pretend Buddy has that for a second.
Oh, nobody does? You're unable to, like, discern where his allegiance lies, though he does have this like painting of himself as like a servant of Cheliax. You're not able to like really say for sure if you think he's a Thrune supporter or if he's just playing the role. But yeah, you can make a check to discern someone's political affiliation with a nobility check or a diplomacy check to gather information if you're like talking to people about them.
Okay.
Over some time. But yeah, there's no one to talk to here. And like just like the final like icing on the cake, you'll find like their weekly plan, or it seems like they're away for the weekend at like a cabin doing some hunting, and they're not here this weekend, which is why the house was empty.
Boys, we just keep making mistakes. Are we the bad guys?
We just get played a lot. Like, we should just start every encounter just with like a violent barrage of sense motive attempts.
But yeah, what would you guys like to do next?
I want to go beat some frustration out on some things.
So do you guys
to Vegas?
So would you like to go to Vegas, or do you want to go to the place you have to do combat? Vegas is you're trying to secure alliances. You were just told to gain control of the Menador Gap by whatever means possible. You could just go straight to violence if you wanted.
Do we know what is at the Gap? Like, is there like a small settlement?
Yeah, I mean, so you can look through the dossiers. You've gotten 3 dossiers. So you want to look through the Gap? Sure.
I think explicitly we're supposed to wait on that one for like the end of.
She believes that one will be a little more challenging than the other 2, but she trusts that you guys will choose to do whatever you'd like.
I'm more interested in doing the elves first, just because if we cut off their way to get here, they still have boats. That's scary.
Yeah, basically there's a gatehouse in the middle of the Gap that was built by dwarven engineers long ago and has been taken over by House Thrune, and it is a incredibly defensible position known today as Menador Keep. And that's all that you have, is that it's a very secure stronghold, and you also know that the person in charge of it is a Captain Lucian Thrune. He is a Thrune, but he's like, third cousin type Thrune. But he has a reputation for being arrogant and like self-serving. But yeah.
What do we know about these elves?
They are the elves that you recruited the team from.
So we just go to their dads and say, hey, what's up?
Yeah, I mean, you go to their town and talk to members of their town and see if there's a way to secure an alliance there. As, you've already tread water with them before, or broke bread with them, as it were. The dossier seems to mention that Acisazi is a interesting town. It is a town that has primarily elven-blooded people that live there. A lot of these aquatic elves are from there, and as a result, half of the town is submerged. The town is kind of built out into the water. So there's a bunch of like land dwellings, and then there's also a bunch of underwater dwellings. And the land dwellings support the population of like half elves and other people that live in the town or visit the town that can't breathe underwater. But yeah, that seems to be all that's noted there. It's just a rather small village. But yeah. It mentions that... I don't know if it mentions the town is run by a speaker named Athala Quinnell, who is an older female aquatic elf. But yeah. It is a rather small population, though, like 140 people. And then you wanted to learn about Vyre, just so we round it all out. Vyre is a much bigger city. Vyre is known for two primary things. The first of which is being like a pretty lawless city where you can kind of do whatever you want and get away with it most of the time. That's like the general public perception. The second thing it's known for is having not only the most fearsome prison in Cheliax, but one of the most fearsome prisons on the planet, which is called Dunrock. It's basically like Alcatraz, but magical. It is a literal island prison that is like cut off from the rest of the city. Aside from like a couple of bridges and like all sorts of gatehouses and things like that. But yeah, you can make a knowledge local check to learn about Vyre and like more details there. It's like a full-fledged bigger city. It has a population of 17,000, so it's a little bigger than Kintargo. Does anyone have a knowledge locale?
Yeah. Point it out.
Sure, so you know the general things. You know that the rulers of Vyre are known as the Masked. The rulers of Vyre keep their identities a secret, but each one, in theory, upholds one of the 5 promises of the city. And you know what the 5 promises of the city are. They're basically the laws. There's only like 5 rules in the city, and this is them. The first, I shall honor all coin. Transactions are always binding, and refunds are not guaranteed. Do not burgle or steal, but price itself is always negotiable. The second truth is, I shall speak many names. Names spoken in Vyre are to be accepted as truth. Do not publicly spread visitors' true identities if they want to keep them hidden. So you can show up and be like, I'm the Queen of England. They'll be like, all right, it's a pleasure to meet you. Nobody will question you. Everyone here has their own reasons for saying whatever they want their name to be. So, that's one of them. The third is, I may wound, yet shall not kill. Let your enemies live, so that they might have a chance to get revenge. If you cannot abide such threats, make no enemies at all while you are here. The fourth is, I know none are below me. Even the lowliest beggar may well be a high priest of Norgabur. In Vyre, all forms of prejudice are frowned upon in the racist, misogynist, classist, and most like the and such must tread with care. Jesus Christ, do that again. In Vyre, all forms of prejudice are frowned upon. The racist, misogynist, classist, and the like must tread with care. Because yeah, it's all secret identities. So, and the last one is, I shall let closed doors remain closed. Breakings of these promises that occur in private are considered to have never been broken at all, lacking a burden of proof, but revealing closed-door secrets without sufficient evidence is answered with imprisonment. So only commit a crime if you're sure you can get away with it.
This seems like a pretty good place to live.
Yes, it seems to very strongly, you can make a knowledge religion check. Seems to very strongly represent the Grey Master himself, Norgabur, who is the god of murders, secrets, assassinations, and poisons. There's like 4 secrets of him or something. Yeah, Caerrat, you're pretty sure that like these 5 truths were modeled after like Norgabur's 4 forms.
And that dagger we just sold was an incarnation of one of his priests.
Yep. This seems to be a town run by worshippers of Norgabur. But yes, so you know those 5 promises, you know that it's run by the Masked, you know that also these, in addition to the masked people that supposedly are the rulers of the city, there are a handful of self-stylized kings and queens that are served by a group of cards. These are collectively known as the Masks of Vyre. Currently, the Mask of Whispers and the Mask of Keys are under the direct influence of the Church, and thus share resources and information, while the other 3 masks tend to focus on their own characters. The Mask of Delights police mercantile matters. The Mask of Whispers control the flow of information and secrets. The Masks of Blades serve as the city's militia, and the Mask of Keys maintains the walls and locks that make up the city's defenses. Finally, the Mask of Blood see to the representation of the citizens in legal matters and defense against foreigners. So yeah, That is the third place you could look at.
Okay. So we can go to Anarchist Vegas.
Yes. That is correct.
I like the elves idea better. It seems like
I mean, we just deal with elves.
Fucking elves.
So, I mean, we could go get that done, and maybe because it's fresh in their mind that we saved them, we could negotiate a little more in our favor.
Get them to not, attack us.
Well, no, we're
Or-
trying to get them to attack the Cella ships.
Yeah, so it's be like, you literally would still be in a cage if it weren't for us.
Well,
They'd
no,
probably be dead.
well, no, we're not going to put it like that. We're all trying to succeed, right? We're all trying to escape from House Thrune.
Yeah, and it's hard to succeed when you're in a cage.
Well, no, if we fall, then the rest of the region will also fall to House Thrune.
Yeah, they'll be back in a cage. I'm just gonna keep using this cage metaphor.
Yeah, you really like putting people in cages. It's very...
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Hey, I'm a good person, all right. We saved them from the cage.
But we won't let them forget it.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I expect to be paid still. I mean, I made a lot of money sucking dick in that broom closet at our coffee shop.
Jesus.
So are we... Where are we leaning towards then, team? Do we want to do Vegas? Do we want to do just straight up attack House Thrune? Or head to Vegas? Or, Escanti?
I'm open to anything. A victory over House Thrune might bring some of our people to have more faith in us after they realize we're working with devils. They might need another confidence booster that we can get shit done.
they don't need to know that we're working with devils.
I'm pretty sure that rumor is going to spread.
That's
A
that
lot of
one that
people-
gets hidden.
Yeah, a lot of people at that table didn't seem very happy about it. I'm sure it's going to get talked about.
I'm just reading stuff. You guys tell me what you want to do. We'll do it.
Like, they're going to go back and be like, man, I like the crows, but I don't know. An alliance with devils doesn't seem good.
Sezzix, where you want to go?
If we do the elves, do we have to do underwater stuff again?
I fucking hope not.
Who knows?
Do we want to just do them to get it out of the way if we do?
Jesus, to get it out of the way. That's how I want my campaign to be referred to. Let's do this part to get it out of the way.
No one wants
Thanks.
to go back underwater.
Thanks, Seish. Dick.
Let's,
I want to get that out of the way to get to the better parts.
let's all agree to, like, throw 4,000 gold away, get some scrolls around, and if we need them, we need them. If we don't, we don't. Sound good, team?
Do you mean 4,000 in total?
It'll
Or
be
each?
Be so
two
much
scrolls,
each.
2 scrolls of freedom of movement, scroll of life bubble.
You're literally going on a diplomatic mission to talk to people in the tent.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go kill something that's underwater for them. I know how this works.
We could probably buy the scrolls there if we need to actually do
Or
something.
maybe there's a caster in the town that can just cast this stuff on us for free. Seeing as we are going to literally be helping them if that's the case.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Alright,
sure.
when we
elf-
get there, and we have to go underwater immediately. And I only have 2 scrolls of water breathing.
I'm
it's not my
pretty
fault.
sure there's a elf that can do it for the visitors that come to town.
I'm just openly saying I have 2 scrolls of water breathing.
I have a plus 10 to swim. I got this.
And we know who those 2 scrolls of water breathing are going to.
I just did my hair. I'm not going underwater.
I volunteer as tribute.
Sure. So you guys are gonna head to the aquatic elf place first.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can head off. Let me just clip through all this sort of stuff. Story. Cool. The elven village of Iskai is an unusual place that straddles two cultures and two terrains. While its populace is primarily half-elves and of aquatic elf descent, some full-blooded aquatic elves dwell there as well, and this part of the village is located underwater. The citizens of the village have always been insular and strange. They maintain ties to some other aquatic elf settlements further out to sea, but by and large they are self-sufficient and primarily have a purpose providing the place for half-elves and their families to dwell. Are you guys going to... How would you like to approach the city is some distance away. Here you go. The city lies in what is geographically known as the Dismal Ditch, is how it's referred to on maps. The Dismal Niche. It seems to be, Captain Sargata can tell you, it seems to be like constantly covered in mist and stuff like that. It makes it somewhat dangerous for boats to travel through there. He could probably get you like maybe half of the way and you can do the rest on foot. The region is plagued by stories of ghost ships, sea serpents, and flesh-eating merfolk. As a result, the Dismal Niche is traditionally avoided by coastal runners and trade ships.
Wait, what city are we going to?
This is the half-elf region.
The half-elf city is on the coast, and the waters around it are like shrouded in mists and like monsters and reefs, and with like a token check, you would know that no ships ply their trade through those waters. Like everything sails around it.
I'm just looking at the map. I'm trying to figure out the name of it.
I think it's on the map.
It's a place called the Dismal Niche. It's a town of 140 people. Are you looking at the map I posted in Discord a while ago?
Yeah.
It should be. Small, oh, is it too small? It's probably 60-mile journey. It doesn't seem to have a map on here.
Okay.
I think it is northeast of you, judging from... Yeah, I think it's northeast of you. It's that little, like, alcovey looking thing on the other side of the point. I think that's what it is, based off of this other map I'm looking at. But yeah. So no one sails down into there, is what you can learn pretty easily. So yes. If you wanted to have Captain Sargata do that, he will use one of the favors to try and bring you as close as he can. And he thinks it would take about 2 days to travel by boat there. Alternatively, it is a 60-mile journey overland.
Can we just rent some horses?
Yeah, on horseback, it would be only a 3-day journey.
I don't know. To save a day, you guys want to just save one of our favors?
How many favors do we have again?
You have 6 favors left.
I'd prefer to save it.
Yeah.
Just take an extra day.
Sure, you guys can rent horses.
How much is that going to cost?
I don't know. Garm can tell you. It's a nominal
small amount.
It's a nominal amount of money for people of your means.
Of our stature.
Right? There should be a what section is this? It's in the bestiary. Perfect. All right. Go ahead and roll. I guess I'll just roll percentiles for you. Day 1. First 2 hours. All right. Midday on the first day of travel. You guys. Oh, in the hinterlands. 93. Sure. What is this creature? I'm pretty sure I know what this creature is.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, indeed. Oh, I thought I just had this up. Hold on a second. This or that? Yeah. Nope. Yeah. Yeah. Bestiary 2. Please just bear with me a moment. Thought I had this Bestiary 2 already. Maybe I just have to input it. Aha! Aha! Look at all these bestiaries that I have. Very good. Now we're ready. Ho ho ho. You're fucked now. Now I have all these stats. Hell yeah. So as you guys are traveling by horseback, you hear a cry in the distance. And over on a hill, maybe like 400 feet away, you see like there's a small cottage with like a flock of sheep. And there seems to be some creature that has like descended into the flock of sheep and is like claimed a couple of them in its claws and is like about to start flying away. And you see like the body of a farmer, like the body of like a shepherd, like thrown into like the fencing nearby, like horribly mangled, probably dead, or near death. You see this creature off in the distance on that hill.
The fuck?
It looks like a pterodactyl. It's big. It's real big. It's huge sized. It looks like it could probably make off with one of your horses in its claws. But right now it just has like a little sheep in each one. It'll like flap its wings and take to the sky. What would you guys like to do? Would you like to avoid this situation, or would you like to race over and see if the shepherd is okay?
Guys, we have to save the shepherd, you know?
Yeah.
Perfect. The bird will make a perception check. It doesn't seem to notice as you guys begin booking it in that direction. And we can go ahead and roll initiative as you guys reach the edge of a map that it is still on.
Oh my gosh.
As it sees more people, it will like drop the sheep that it has. They'll like fall like 30 feet, and like they'll hit the ground and like make sickening crunch noises as they're super dead.
Oh no. The poor sheepies.
Not the sheep. Not the sheep. Cool. I just need a blank map, which I think I have under images. There should just be a map. Oh, this is the wrong kind of map, but I dig it. We'll just use it.
It works.
It works. Oh no.
If you right click and go into
Yeah.
grid, you can change it to squares.
It's like layers, right?
I think so.
Set a grid. Perfect. There we go. There we go. So you guys are traveling. My boy is traveling. My boy Ythrak is traveling. Yeah, you guys will be like back up here. You are on your horses, so you each take up 4 squares right now as you're racing on your horses. And yeah, this guy's over here. He'll be like 30 feet in the air. Here will be the farmhouse. The like little building. And there'll be some dude who's been like thrown through the wall there of like Kami House. Like Krill has just been bitch slapped through the wall of Kami House. And you guys can go tend to him. But yeah, we can go ahead and roll initiative real quick. Sezzix, you're riding on your horse. You seem to react first to this combat. What'd you like to do?
Oh god, I don't want to get close to it.
That's correct.
How does can I just wait until after like Buddy or Tommy gets its attention?
Yeah, you can delay.
Yeah.
This flying reptile has large leathery wings and vibrantly colored crest on its horned, narrow-snouted head.
Can I delay until it gets within 30 feet?
I mean, that would be
Is it
readying to
jump
take a specific action, or you could delay entirely.
I'll just delay.
Okay, Tommy.
Can I make a ride check? And what's the move speed on a horse?
Until your horsey is like getting attacked by this creature, you can just move on it, no problem. Unless you would like to get off of it.
How fast or how far can it move?
Your horsey can move 50 feet a turn.
5.
As an action, it can move 50 feet, rather.
10, 15, 20, 25.
There you go.
30.
We're big on horsey.
Alright.
Sure.
I'll
wanna-
get here and dismount.
Make a ride check. If you get a DC 15 ride check, you dismount as a free action. Like a swift action or something. You have a penalty on this equal to your armor check penalty. So I don't know if you actually have any ranks in ride.
Yeah, it's not gonna be good.
Okay, it just takes you a move action to get off. Boop, you're now small sized. So you like hop off and slap your horse on its ass.
-4.
Cool. It will go. Well, there's a dude down there. Yes. It will kind of sniff at you. You notice, Tommy, it does not have eyes. It seems to be as blind as a bat. And it will, kind of flap its wings and go, "Ow!" and shoot a lance of sonic energy at you. It will make a ranged touch attack. Does a 27 hit your touch AC?
Definitely.
Sound waves bombard you and you take 28 points of damage. As, like, your eardrums begin bursting and, like, blood begins pouring out from the side of your head. And you're standing next to, like, you know, a little fencing that's there and, like, the sheep have scattered, your horses run off. The wood next to you, like, explodes into splinters, and, like, you get some splinters in your arm and shit like that, as this blast of sound waves hits you from above. It shrieks, it will flap its wings. It'll fly over to, like, here. It will be 25 feet in the air. Sear it. You want to go now, Sezzix?
Yeah, I'll end by.
Sure. Sezzix, you're up.
I will go to here and attempt to dismount.
Yeah. It will take you a move action to dismount.
I guess that's my turn then.
You slap your horse on your butt and it gets to safety and isn't killed in combat. Sear it. Unless I find him later. And I'll just pick one of them horses and fly away with it at the end of the combat.
That's how we end it.
Get him a little snack. Yeah, what do you want to do, Sear it? You saw this creature kind of caught your friend, blast him with energy, see that he wasn't knocked unconscious, and fly away from him.
I think I'm gonna begin casting a spell. I'll begin casting Silence.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Buddy.
You have to cast silence, like, on a thing.
When it finishes.
Well, we're gonna go to there, and we're going to try and dismount here. Ooh, it's my move action. Okay.
Yep. You hop off your thing as well.
Excellent.
Tommy,
Is
the
it
farmer.
an action to ride over?
Yeah, it's an action to ride over.
Gotcha.
Tommy, you can see in like the ruins of the house next to you the like body of a guy buried underneath like the section of his house that's collapsed when this thing, blasted him. As you see, like, you got hit, the ground looks a certain way as all the sonic damage hit you. It was about yay wide. It looks like that house was also hit with it. And, like, blown part of the wall off, and the guy's, like, buried underneath it.
Can I do a move action and then use my other action to look for a ranged weapon?
Like in the ruins of the house?
Yeah.
Don't you have javelins or something?
I'm out of ammo. I haven't been buying ammo for it.
So you would like to ignore the guy and sift through the rubble for a weapon? You certainly can. Just confirming.
No, I'll roll to stabilize him, I guess, with heal.
Sure. And it's your
Feed him a
prerogative.
potion, please.
Oh, a potion? Alright, I'll shove what potions do I have? Do I have a light wounds?
The heroes of Kintargo hard at work. Hey man, this guy's technically not in Kintargo, so.
Not our problem. That's right.
Not our problem, bitch.
Javelin, baby.
Yeah, I'll give him my potion of cure light wounds.
Sure, you go over to him and you pour the potion of cure light wounds down his throat. His eyes will flutter open. He's got a big bushy white beard that's flecked with blood. And you see a huge contusion in his forehead where a support beam cracked into him when the house collapsed. And he'll be like, oh, thank you, boy. My sheep! Where are my sheep? Begins asking about the well-being of his flock. The creature will shriek. I already attacked Cobra. Roll a d3 to see who I fuck up. The middle one, didn't like the rat-looking person, I guess. It will fly down to be within 5 feet of you. And it will attempt to... Oh, shit. It flies by and attacks you once and then continues flying. It will remain airborne. It seems to have flyby attack. Fantastic. It will bite at you as it flies by.
No attack of opportunity for that?
No.
Oh, that's fun.
It has a reach of 15 feet, so it just flies above Sezzix, bites at him, and then keeps going and never gets within reach of you. It'll end being 30 feet in the air. Yeah, we're at the level where flying combats are a thing now.
Fuck.
Sezzix. Yeah, Potion of Fly would be really good for you.
The only one that can deal with flyers right now.
Try to shoot in its wings so it can't fly anymore.
I was about to ask if I could do that.
You have...
Targeted shot?
Yeah, targeted shot's a mechanical thing that you get later on, that you can spend your panache or your grit or whatever to shoot a targeted body part.
I think I got that this level, or is it later?
You're the one with the gunslinger. I'm the one with the flying pterodactyl that shoots sonic lasers. I will know how my creature works, you know how your creature works. This is a deal I make you.
I'm just waiting for the site to load so I
I think it might be 9th level.
7th level, 4-round action. On a hit, target is damaged normally, must make a DC 20 fly check or fall 20 feet.
Yo! Let's do it, Sage! Stoneman! You gonna shoot him in the wing? Cobra's like, shoot him in the wing! And you're like, I think I can do that!
I think I just figured out how to do that.
Hell yeah.
So I just attack normally, and
One
then he
attack
has to...
normal.
One
Spend
attack,
one
he said?
grit.
It's a full round action to make one attack.
4-round attack.
AC 11. Domed.
Oh. And
then I have to do what? Make a reflex save?
DC 20 fly check.
Oh, a fly check, not a reflex save. Okay. Ooh. Fly's a little harder for us. 20 on the nose!
Oh no!
Let's go! He still takes the damage, though.
Beats it.
He exactly gets it. You hit him. It looks like he's going to drop some altitude, but he manages to pull it back at the end. He does not crash into the ground, but you do clip him pretty good. Sear it.
Silence goes off. He can make a will save.
You're casting it on him?
16. Yeah.
Okay. He succeeds.
Or, hold on. I guess I don't know if I cast on the ground if sonic attacks dissipate when they come into a silence field. I don't know how that works.
I don't know either. I think it. Man, I don't know.
So if I cast it on the ground here, and he
make yourself a bubble or whatever.
Yeah. So I can't cast spells.
I think it says it on there, dude.
Shot.
Creatures in the area of a silent spell are immune to sonic or language-based attack spells and effects.
Oh.
So yeah.
Just cast that on us.
Yeah. I mean, it's a 20-foot, so you just cast it down there. It becomes very quiet. What do you want to do with the rest of your turn?
I will stumble off the horsey.
Yeah. As he's in it, he will also realize it's very quiet. Buddy,
Make the ride check, sir. Be the only one that succeeds.
are you trying to get off your horse?
Nat 20.
Yes.
Dude, you like nimbly slide off your horse as a free action. A swift action, I think.
Oh, I have a move now. Sick.
That's
I
beautiful.
will run the other way.
Cool. Buddy, you are up.
How high up is this pterodactyl thing? Roughly.
I'd say it's like 20 feet up.
I couldn't jump and reach it.
I'll say that the brighter green parts here are a hill. So, like, where it says this little house is, this whole area that looks like the different kind of terrain will be like 10 feet higher. So, like, this guy's 20 feet above the lower part. He's like 10 feet above that part, if that makes sense. So if you were like 10 feet tall, or if you did like a running up and got a 20, you would get enough vertical to hit it once.
Okay. Let's do that. We're gonna run up and we're gonna try to jump and hit it.
Yeah, so you run south and then you jump and run off this way and try to like hit it once, like fucking Rain of Fire style, like Matthew McConaughey just coming out and like scraping it with your claws.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll like land somewhere like over here.
Do I need to do like some sort of acrobatics check or something for that?
Yeah, you need to make an acrobatics check and you need to get a target number of a 20 to get the height you need.
Okay.
To be able to hit
It's
him.
a bonus based on movement, right?
Yeah, so he has a +4 to it. For his
I have a
40
+4 to this roll?
Because you have 40-foot move speed.
Yeah, cool. So this will be a
Crushing
26.
it. Yeah, so you like fucking stretch out, you rage mid-air, and you can go and make one attack on it. And then you'll like fall to the ground afterwards harmlessly.
Awesome.
Like a badass. Oh, I mean, I guess you can stand on your feet. You totally hit. You'll take 1 point of damage as you like get shin splints as you hit the ground from your 15-foot drop or whatever.
My poor little shins. I skip leg dice sometimes.
But it's bad enough. You hit it, so I'll say that's like badass enough to negate the fact that you're supposed to fall prone. You like kind of balanced yourself. You slowed yourself down by tearing through its flesh, right? If you'd missed, though, you would have gotten hurt. Yeah, you hit it. It seems wounded. A spray of blood followed behind like the trail you left. Tommy, you see your companion like do like a diving slash at this creature. The shepherd would be like, "My sheep! He's like moving the debris off of him. What do you want to do, Tommy?
I'll just
Fucking abandon him.
And ready in action if it comes into my space.
Yeah. It'll go. It will just like flap 5 feet towards the ground and be 15 feet off the ground, and it will attack Buddy 3 times.
I got 99 hit points. Do your worst.
Okay.
It will.
All my attacks hit.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep, and they do all hit. Okay. Buddy. Make sure those actually all hit. One of them might miss. What's your AC?
18.
1 missed. Because I think it might be the same amount of damage, though. So we'll take 12 off. But it's the same amount of damage. He's power attacking. He actually only hits you twice, though, and misses with the third, but it's the same amount of damage. So, problem solved. Yeah, that's his turn. He has to make a fly check.
I'm only like 1/3 of my health. I could take that more time.
He only wanted to go down like 5 feet, but because he's not very good at flying and hovering, he actually ends up dropping half his height. So he's now 10 feet off the ground. So, buddy, you're like just slightly too short to reach him.
Okay.
So instead of being 15 feet, instead of being 3 squares, he's 2 squares, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, so only 1 square between you guys, because he failed his fly check.
Okay.
Sezzix. To represent it another way, this is what it looks like if you're below him.
Yeah.
I wanted to attack you from here, but I failed my fly check, so into here.
It's probably best for me to try to make him fall again, so Tommy and Buddy could both get full round attacks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is what Garm is nodding. He doesn't talk for some reason.
I don't believe in talking.
You're in an area of silence.
Garm is a man of few words.
I am in an order.
Yeah, you call out like, should I go for the wing?
But I'm also in the
Nobody says
silence.
anything.
He just doesn't hear me.
Now, if you had allied
No, I'm still nodding. I'm looking at you and nodding.
if you'd allied with Blosodriette, she could have accompanied you here. You could keep those documents with you. You could just have an imp with you the whole time, and it talks telepathically.
That's big.
I just keep trying to sell you on imps. It'll make a fly check. Come on, 13! Yo, crushing it!
God damn it.
Crushing it!
Dude, at this point, I should have just been shooting it normally.
Sear it!
It might be dead.
I come here. I heal.
Buddy is
see
not in
access-
range.
Buddy should be, because he should be up more. We moved.
Buddy
him to
is
represent.
like here. Or here. He's not within 60 feet of you. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect.
Walter, there's a wild cat outside.
As long as the door's closed, I don't think they know how to use doorknobs.
It is.
You should be safe then.
You could invite it inside.
There's a lot of wild cats, man. We live in college neighborhood, and people will get cats and then have them for 4 years and then just leave them outside when they move away. There's a bunch of feral. There's a bunch of feral cats that live in those bushes behind the house.
Those are some piece of shit people.
Yes, they are.
They sure are. Buddy.
Well, that's
Yeah. So I could jump up and take one attack, basically.
Yes,
Kinda-
making a vertical jump is much harder than making it while running. I think the DC, you make your jump check and divide it by 5 or something, and that's the amount of vert you get. You have to get another 20 or some shit.
I have
To
a
get
plus
the-
to
to get the one
acrobatics,
square.
I think I can do it.
Is you're like, yeah. Heroically. You don't get the +4 this time because you're not running,
Yeah, that's all good.
which is why it's a little harder.
Acrobatics check.
So you crush it. You fucking just
Oh.
5-foot vert leap slash this thing.
Awesome.
Let's see it.
We should get Buddy in the Olympics.
Yeah!
Natty 1! Natty 1, dude! You go up and you try to scrape at him or
I
whatever.
just give him a high five with his foot.
Yeah, so you try to get him in the claw, and his claw opens, and you see there's part of a sheepskin there, and you claw through the sheepskin, and when you land, you just have sheep offal on your hands. God dang it.
It's
Dag
okay.
nabbit. Tommy, the man at this point will have gotten up, and he'll be like, no, my flock! Oh, my flock! And he'll begin, running out after his flock with, a shepherd's crook. He's heading south on the map. He runs over to one of the bodies of the 2 sheep that were dropped, and he's like, no, my mule! And he'll begin, petting its face, and be like, it's all right. You go play in Elysium now with all the other sheep. You're gonna be okay. He begins, running his hand through its fur.
So how high is this thing flying off the ground?
It is 10 feet above the ground.
And if I'm 6 feet, can I attack
There
it?
is a square. There's mechanically a square between you and it.
You have to
Okay,
do that,
well,
you would just acrobatics.
You'd have to have lunge, or you'd have to make an acrobatics check.
I can't pass the acrobatics check. I have a -3.
Then you cannot reach it. Get down here! There's a feat called lunge that allows you to take a penalty to your AC to give yourself +5 range on your attacks for a round.
There's also just reach weapons.
Yeah, but he's very specialized into his scythe. Also,
Yeah.
Potion of Fly would be a good investment for 350 gold. It would give you enough fly for one fight.
And I didn't buy any javelins, so I guess I,
Go, fight, win! Except no one can hear you talk because you're in an area of silence. So they just hear,
Can I attempt to throw my sickle at it into its wing?
sure. It is an improvised weapon. You have a -4 on your attack. You don't have targeted strike like Seishi because you're not a level
Okay.
7 gunslinger, so it will just do damage. It will not cause this creature to stop flying.
Okay, I'm just throwing my sickle in case I lose it.
What,
Yeah, you kinda-
throwing it.
You kind of throw, he has the scythe. He just grabs one of his sickles and just hucks it. It just kind of goes past it, thunks into the ground. On a 3, it hits one of the sheep that was fleeing. Does
No.
not hit one of the sheep that was fleeing. It'll land right next to him and it'll go the other direction.
My God.
I'm not gonna throw my actual scythe at it.
Yeah, I mean, It didn't like that. It's going to ascend to like 40 feet. That way it doesn't fall to the ground, and it will shoot a sonic lance down at the barbarian. It blasts him for a bunch of sonic damage. It sees the only one outside of the area. Blonk! And now it is 40 feet off the ground. Sezzix. Assuming that's within range of its sonic lance. It might have to be a little closer. Yo. Dope. 60-foot ray? That's baller. This thing is 60 feet in the air, not 40.
Shit.
It couldn't go straight up. It like did like a little circuitous flappy thing. It's like over here. What? Yeah, it was its turn. Sezzix.
I believe the musket has like a 40-foot range.
20. Or 40. I think it's 40. I think you're right.
Oh, yeah, it's 40. I have it right here.
So you can spend a grit if you want to make it against touch AC.
Okay. No, I don't have any grit now because
Hell yeah!
I have one left.
Hell yeah!
How much grit do you like get?
3.
I have 3.
Oh my gosh! It's
He
not
never
like one per
does
level or
anything
something?
except attacks. No, it's like just his charisma modifier +1 or something. It's like super
It's
low.
just wisdom. There's no +1. It's wisdom minimum of 1.
Well, are you going to just shoot against its regular
modifier.
AC then? Or do you want to use that last grit and jam your gun and not be able to clear it? Yay!
If it's 40 feet up, I don't think there's a reason to
60.
drop it 20 feet.
60.
60 feet, yeah, my point stands.
No. So the question is, does he want to shoot it against its regular AC, or does he want to spend a grit point to shoot it against its touch AC?
Oh.
If I spend the grit point to shoot against its touch AC, I'm just shooting with normal attacks. All 3 attacks have the normal AC, right? Or is it?
All of them would be against touch AC. I believe is how it works. Like your attacks for the round against that creature against its touch AC. You basically spend a grit point to increase the minimum touch AC range of your gun by another range increment.
It is only 1 attack.
Oh, that sucks dick. Guess you're just shooting it regular the whole time.
Yeah.
Light it up.
So
Let's go.
I just have -2, right?
-2, and you don't get point blank shot.
Yeah, so -2.
Blam, blam, blam. 1 hit. Light him up. You dome him for a little more. Sear it.
Yeah, pretty high AC.
Shoot it with your crossbow. I mean, what else are we gonna do, honestly?
Top y'all off. While y'all slowly figure out what we're gonna do, I will try and keep you alive.
You're the ones that wanted to stop.
There's a guy.
Spirit is the one that wanted to stop.
There's a guy that needs to live.
Maybe that'd be a reward for this. That's all I gotta say.
Buddy,
It's a good deed.
it's a random encounter, brother. You get nothing.
We get 1 power.
He's not in the town.
5-foot step.
You're like
He's
10
not
miles
gonna
outside of town.
I'll 5-foot step into the bubble here, and then, I guess ready in action to attack it if it comes down to me.
Yeah.
And I'm in range. I guess that's all I got.
Tommy, anything else?
I'm just gonna ready an action in case it comes in my threatened space.
All right, it will go. It will roll a die. There are. You dismounted, right? Sear it?
Yep.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dope. 3, buddy. It seems to be wounded enough that it no longer wants to stay here and get attacked. It begins flying off. And you see it seems to be going in the trajectory of one of the horses that was set to flee. And it seems to be your horse, buddy. As it kind of flies down, you see it shoots a sonic lance into the horse, like, buckles and collapses. underneath the pressure, and then it will like land on the horse. It's like 100 feet away from you. You guys can go if you'd like. You like chase after it. You like fire another shot at it or something. It has like 60 more health. It'll flap its wings a couple of times, and it'll take the horse at its clutches on the next round. It'll just fly off into the trees with it.
I'll just take a random crack shot at like -5.
Do it up. See if you get a nat 20. Could happen. Nope. Goes wide. Combat's over. Buddy, you are down a horse.
Aw.
You'll now have to pay the full payment for a horse instead of just a rent.
Oh no.
Which I think is like 75 gold or something.
That's not bad.
For like a bigger horse for someone of Buddy's size. So go ahead and mark that off, Garm. You're tracking all the horse money.
Thank you.
Glad I could help.
How long did this journey just turn into waiting for Buddy to walk there?
No, I just ride bitch on your horse. Come on.
I have this stamina.
You guys are halfway through day 1. We have 2 more days of random encounters.
Garm, I guess we just double up on a horse, because...
Yeah, I ride bitch. Come on now.
Yeah.
Just ride bitch.
You can give me a handy one steering the horse.
Hold on, that's not riding bitch. That's riding extra, you know?
I mean, we could take turns riding bitch.
There we go.
Yeah.
A ride club over there.
There's equal love in this relationship. I might be a power top, but, you know, you still need your fun.
Sure. You guys are able to rest.
How's the shepherd doing?
The shepherd seems to be, like, nearly fully healed with that Cure Light Wounds potion he was given, as he only has, like, 1 level of druid or something, or 2 levels of adept or whatever. He mourns the loss of his 2 sheep that have died, leaving him with only 5 in his flock. He begins, like, digging graves for them and thanks you guys for intervening. As best you could.
The shepherd have a horse that we can borrow for the rest of our travels, and we'll return it.
On a 3, the shepherd has not a horse, but something you could ride. It's a 5. He can only offer you sheep. He says, I could ride him, but you're not going to get very far.
Do you think Sezzix is short enough he could ride a sheep?
Sezzix is small size. Sezzix could certainly ride a sheep. They are not... On a 3, he has a riding sheep. He does not have a riding sheep. You'd have to teach it how to ride.
No,
we'll just ride on like Buddy's shoulder.
We'll just double up on a...
Actually, yeah. I think
they're already just doubling up. Like, we have 3 horses.
Sure.
Still,
Can we at least pay this guy to prepare a riding sheep for Sezzix?
For the next day? If you'd like to spend the amount of money that a riding dog costs, as this man believes his sheep are as valuable as dogs, he will sell you a riding sheep.
Fantastic.
He'll sell you a riding ewe. Let's see if it's a ram. He won't sell you the ram because he only has 1 ram, though it might have been killed. On a 3, it was killed. His ram was killed. He's very sad.
No.
He'll sell you a riding ewe, though.
Is it at a discount because we did come and save him?
I mean, he's lost half of his livelihood already.
And we'd have to come back.
No, he's selling you the riding sheep. Like, he doesn't expect you to return. It's yours.
No, I mean, is it going to take time to train it? Like, we'd have to come back?
No, he's a druid. He's a druid. He'll train it that evening while you guys are resting. Yeah, he'll use GM fiat to give it whatever skills are necessary to be a riding sheep.
What if we just rent it and return it because it's on our way?
You just saw what happened to the horse we rented.
He would rather sell it to you based off of where you tell him your voyage will take you.
I think it's a good investment.
Yeah.
You think we're going to lose another horse?
He will sell you this sheep. The sheep will be named Odon. He will sell you Odon for 25 gold, Sezzix, if you would like to purchase it.
I'll give him an extra gold just for being so nice.
He'll thank you for it. I'll go ahead and rest you up. Caerrat.
Thank you.
But yeah. The next day, dawn, creeps through. You guys probably spent the night, like, on the hill or whatever, sleeping under the stars. When sun crests the hills, it'll wake you all up. The farmer will be there, or the shepherd will be there. He's got his ewe. You notice he's, like, gotten some paint together, and he's, like, painted battle paint on it. It's got, like, little decorative swirls of color. of like blue and red like runes along its side in Druidic, and he's like, she will be a good warrior for you. And he'll like paint the fucking sheep up for you. And he has like a little saddle that he's put on her and a couple of days of feed, and he's like, treat her well. She has sired many of my flock.
Hawksler would be such a good friend to this guy.
Sired, like that sheep gets fucked a lot and gives birth to other sheep?
Yes, it's a breeding ewe.
Okay.
That's why it's a bigger one. I don't keep the others for very long. A druid's got to eat.
Respect.
Sezzix, your sheep is a whore.
Thank you for your work. We don't slut shame.
So are you, Tommy.
May the travels keep you well, and goodbye, Udon. Serve them well, serve them well. Yeah, you guys can head off.
Come on, Noodles.
In like the early evening of the second day, as you continue heading to the east, through like this hilly terrain along the coast, you will see a large figure pretty easily through like some sparse trees sitting on the coastline, not facing you. It seems to belong to a giant. Does anyone have knowledge local check?
Just one moment. I thought someone else had knowledge local too, though.
I used to have knowledge local when I was your age.
Okay.
Yeah. You believe this is a hill giant. You know that hill giants are typically not super intelligent. They tend to have like clans or tribes, and they're kind of like a sociable giant. And they are like, barbaric. They like eat people and stuff like that. But they are sentient creatures.
I'll say this is a taller buddy.
Accurate.
And explain it like that to my compatriots. Buddy, this is your cousin. But he's evil. Don't trust your cousin.
Oh, so not a friend.
No.
Is this giant just like stargazing?
No, it's no, stars aren't out yet. It's still light. It's like sitting, looking out at the water. And you guys can just notice it from like 150 feet away because it's a fucking giant. And it's like your path, you could take a trip around it and like avoid it entirely. If you continue on your path or whatever, it will pass within like maybe 30 or 40 feet of this giant. It's just off the trail a little bit.
I do speak giant.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do.
You're like a giant spawn. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, what would you guys like to do?
I mean, if we have someone who can speak giant, we might as well just go talk to it, see what it's up to.
We ain't no bitch.
I had my adventure. Buddy, it's time for yours. Wanna go talk to one of your friends?
Yeah.
This punch giant exudes power and a crude, stupid anger, its filthy clothing bespeaking a brutish and backwards lifestyle. So you don't see this creature, but you see basically the female equivalent of it. She's got like a big mole with like fucking hair growing out of it. She's got her like loincloth thing also like covering her lady parts in the front, and like her upstairs front. And she doesn't like have a club. There's just like a rock next to her. And she'll like look over her shoulder as you approach, and as she like stands up and turns, you see that her front chest has been painted with mud, and it looks like a dragon head, like a crude, like almost childish finger painting of a dragon head. And she'll be like, "What you do here? Stay back." She like picks up a rock that's the size of you.
Excellent. I'll take a couple steps forward and be like...
Make squished. She'll like take her hand and slam it against the rock to represent what she'd do to your body if you threaten her.
Oh, we're just passing by.
Okay.
Hello, friend.
Are you speaking in giant?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she said that in common. As you speak to her in giant, she'll be like, "Oh, you speak the language of my kind. A pleasure."
She starts speaking eloquently.
It's completely sophisticated.
Oh, in giant, of course they speak eloquently. What are you talking about? They just speak common poorly.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll ask what she's doing here.
Yeah, she'll be like, she'll say, to everyone else, she'll kind of like sob a little bit and be like, me and other giant go into mountain to join big tribe. Then mean dragon came, took my friend. Now, Felda all alone. She says in giant, I was accompanied by several of my peers as we headed into the lower foothills of the Mindspin Mountains to try and join up with a larger and more powerful tribe. Along the way, we were beset by a facetious bronze dragon that made off with several of my friends. I have painted the war paint of death upon my chest so that I do not forget the face of my enemy, and I will hunt this dragon down, and I will brains it with my rock. I am Felda, the hill giant.
Oh. Well, I'll express my condolences to all of Felda's fallen friends, and I'll relay that to the group that perhaps we should help kill a dragon.
What mountains did you say you went up to?
They were, she'll say in giant, like, we had begun the long trek towards the Mindspin Mountains. But in common or whatever, she'll be like, we not there yet, we walking still, dummy.
I'll let him know it's the what mountains they are.
The Mindspin Mountains are like the same fucking mountains in Varizia. Or the Mindspin Mountains like wrap around the part of Ustalav. So they're going to the east into like these Ustalavan mountains.
When the dragon was described to me back with that rumor from that old man that I was being a dick to, did he describe a bronze dragon? Is this that same dragon?
He did not
I think it was
describe
a blue dragon.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
I have it written down as a blue dragon in my notes.
Yeah. Also, you guys are now 2 days out of town. And she said that dragon headed off in the direction of Conqueror's Bay. We can get a map, and then we can see where that is real quick. So I think, where do we have it? We had it in our Discord, right?
Yeah.
I think Conqueror's Bay is, in fact, let me just look it up. I'm trying to remember. Conqueror's Bay is down by the Corvosan town of Veldrain. It's an inlet off the Arcadian Ocean that straddles southern Varizia and northern Nidel. So it is pretty far away from where you guys are. It's far, far, far to the north of where you are. Like, you guys are on northeastern Cheliax, right? Past that, the next nation up is where it went. So they're like traversing the coast going up there. Is their game plan. But yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think there's anything we can do to help with this.
You can make a knowledge arcana check about dragons if you wanted to.
Bronzy?
About a bronze dragon.
They probably fly. That's what I got.
Yeah, you know that, like, dragons typically can be told good or evil by the color that they are. You're pretty confident that bronze dragons are evil dragons.
It's enough for me. We can profile them.
So we're gonna profile them by the color of their scales.
That's what I was saying.
But yeah, I mean, that's like a super long distance away. The hill giant will be like, it will take me a lifetime to avenge my peers. I will have to go through many trials. I will have to seek down allies of the dragon. I will have to work my way through its lengthy organization. And when I plunge the icy dagger of revenge into its heart, it will know the name Felda. In common, it'll be like, take long time, me take rock, and bash dragon. One day.
Yes, you will.
One day, not soon, long from now. that happens. You seem okay, little giant. Though I have to maintain my reputation as a fearsome predator of the wilderlands here, I will of course require some form of tribute. I imagine you've grown enamored with those you traveled with. I will not ask for a human sacrifice, nor any of your proud steeds, though that sheep is particularly tasty. If you had any amount of gold or information about this dragon, I would also accept that as barter for your safe passage through this land. You guys will hear, the elder rule this road. You pay tribute.
I'll give her 100 gold and tell her about the blue dragon I know about.
Yeah, you'll give her 100 gold and you tell her about a dragon. She'll be like, this is not the dragon I seek, but I thank you for your counsel, wise human. And Calm she'll be like, idiot, wrong dragon, and she'll, like, shove you to the ground. She'll
I feel
take
like 100 gold was enough, though.
Yeah, she'll take the gold, and she'll, like, pick up her rock, and she'll, like, take the gold and she'll, like, stuff it into her loincloth, and she'll, like, shoulder the rock that she has, which, for what it's worth, looks identical to, like, every other fucking boulder on the coastline. And she'll just begin walking in the same direction you guys are. She walks at a ponderous speed, which is like a quarter your speed, so she walks much slower than you, and you guys outpace her before too long.
Nice. It'd be a nice ally to have in the future.
Oh, only I had to pay? What the fuck is this? I expect
you paid for, like, all of us twice, maybe 5 times over.
Oh.
You could have tricked her with some seashells, to be honest.
I mean, she's pretty sharp. Buddy was chatting with her. She's pretty sharp.
Indian giving seems like, hey, you want to give us all this land for these gemstones that are worthless?
Yeah, maybe one day we're gonna need a hill giant along our side, and we can go kill a dragon for this hill giant, and they'll come help.
Dude, I'm gonna roll a d20 here, and unless it's a natural 20, she, like, horribly dies trying to kill this bronze dragon. She is not successful in it. Oh, it didn't roll it? Okay, she gets another chance. Oh
my god.
She's super close. She gets super close.
If we have a reason, we can help her. We'll remember Felda.
I thought we would help her, but that's fine.
I mean, like, there'll be an opportunity. Down the road, maybe. She's like, she'll get to the point where, like, the dagger is going at the dragon, and it's, like, gonna be a hair's breadth whether or not it's a killing blow. Like, that's how close she gets. But we'll see. Time will tell what the future holds for Thelda. Also, for what it's worth, out of game, bronze dragons are only good aligned creatures. And hill giants are chaotic evil. But we'll move past that. Bronze dragons are evil as far as your characters are concerned for the rest of the game, as you failed with a natural 1 on your knowledge check.
Yeah. Like, how about this giant? The giant needs revenge. They were just trying to, like, migrate across.
They were just trying to peacefully travel and join up with some Rune Lord giants. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, like, they
the right to free assembly, man. It's the right to free assembly.
You know what the cool thing about this is?
I get it. Like, sometimes you're wrong, but you gotta know.
We did some damage to this dragon, and if we run into this dragon, we can offer it aid, and then we got a dragon in our pocket. We don't have to tell it we sent her there.
We sent this assassin there.
Oh, I mean, I'll definitely be using the ravens to gather some information about this bronze dragon.
Jesus.
We find out the dragon's good, you're just like, oh.
Oh, shit, that's our fault. Oh, not
every
again.
evil thing we can accidentally do, we keep doing.
In the evening of the third day will pass uneventfully, as you've had 2 solid random encounters. The third and final day of travel, you guys will crest, like, the last hill before, you'd be able to see Vyre, and you see the lights in the sky illuminating the clouds above. You see kind of like this glitterati almost of a town with no electric lighting that does really glow at night, with all of the torches and braziers and dancing lights and other, like, magical sources of illumination that are lighting up the trade districts of the town of Vyre, the city of masks. You're not quite this high, but this is what it looks like from more of a bird's eye view. So you see, like, some element of that as from, like, a lower angle, though, as you head down into this coastal town. On that map, you'll see to the far west, the far left side of it, that's like where all the rich people live on like an isolated Whidbey Island situation. It's all walled. It has giant, beautiful manors, yada, yada, yada. East of there is the prison. That's like their version of Alcatraz. And then the rest of the city is on the coast. And you guys are traveling up through the forest there to the south. Basically, the area that is darker is just not the city. So we'll end there with you guys, like, with the city on the horizon. Oh, you weren't going to Vyre. You were going to the other place, right?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
I was like, where are we? Fuck.
Hold on, I got another map then.
I wanted you to finish your monologue before I interrupted.
Oh, that's fine. It's fine.
All wrong.
I was like, I smoked a lot of weed. Did I miss it? Shit.
I didn't remember which one you guys decided on going to first, if I was being completely honest.
We just smoked
I appreciate the gamble.
play lead.
It's 50-50, man.
I do the same thing. I have done the same thing.
So you guys see this. You obviously can't see the underwater stuff, but you see like a bustling fishing town. Imagine those parts of Mists of Pandaria where like Nat Pagal is, for the three of you that played WoW. It's that. Austin, for you, it's basically it's kind of like a little smaller thatched roof shantytown village, and it has these elaborate boardwalks that go out over the water.
Did you ever play Pokemon Sapphire?
Oh, yeah.
It's like a...
You know that water town, like the last one that sucks to get to over by Latias?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that.
Like that. Just like that. Gotcha.
Where like there's buildings like built on giant stilts and stuff like that. It more or less looks like that. And as you guys, take the main road into town, which is paralleling this river that's opening up into a delta that the city's built around, you see a number of people of elven descent like come out of their homes and stuff like that and notice you. And we will leave it like right there. You guys have like just come down into this small city of like maybe this hamlet of like 150 people. You haven't seen Vyre yet. It's a different part. Don't worry about that. But yeah, you're checking out Acisazi. Acisazi? Acisazi? It's Elven for it's Elven for that city in Pokemon. No. But yeah,
the English always gets me.
But yeah, we will stop there for the night. You guys don't level up because you haven't really done anything yet. There's just a lot of exposition this session.
I mean, we fought a pterodactyl.
Yeah, you've really considered buying flying potions.
I fought a pterodactyl cobra.
I don't know. I got hit by it. I consider that fighting.
It fought you.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, good session, boys.
By it.
Catch y'all next time. We'll figure out when we're gonna play. It's gonna be a little while though, I think.